All right, so we got dead grandma. We got white supremacist business card. Jesus Christ. Oh, man, this is going to be a good one. Welcome, everybody, to the Podcastination, the official podcast of the Procrastinauts, where apparently we talk about sweet stories where our grandmother gets murdered and white supremacists hand us their business card. I am Bowman, and with me this evening is... God damn it, Ernie.
Rachel.
And Chelsea.
Let me turn my phone on silent so y'all
Oh, yeah, good call. All right, hold on. So Ernie walks into this room and says, yo, dude, some white supremacist handed me his business card. Please. I told him to shut up. What? Elaborate.
So, usual day at work. Gentleman is... I work retail electronics. Gentleman is standing with the modems.
Would you say
and
that
routers
it's
and stuff like that.
the best place to buy things?
No, I wasn't going to go that far, but okay. But yeah, so gentleman's looking at the modems and routers and stuff, and
Can I pause you for a second? You were way too nonchalant about this story. So this guy, he's just there buying
That's
stuff.
okay. I'm going to be real nonchalant about murdered grandma, too.
If I lived somewhere where this would be shocking, maybe,
Like
But
Asheville.
this is South Carolina.
Yeah. I mean, here in South Carolina, let's be honest, we kind of assume. We just don't think everyone's as public about it, I guess.
That's fair.
Look, we're in the same place that at my cable company, we had to send a different tech because the older, nice white lady was like, I don't want these Negroes in my house installing my cable.
Basically,
Wow,
Yeah.
really?
Yeah,
Oh
yeah.
my God. What are they? They're like scoping the joint
What
out?
I
Right.
love is...
Jesus Christ.
What I love is that when somebody is blatantly racist, but they want to come off like they're being PC about it, they will use the term Negroes.
Right.
Apparently that's okay. All right, so whatever.
Did they put the in front of it?
I've only ever heard it referred to as them, not the.
No, better yet, we're actually also living in the place that someone that I know was selling makeup products and asking all of the black girls that we knew to sell it with her because, and I quote, we don't have too many of the blacks that sell this.
Oh yes, the blacks.
Wow.
That's another
Yeah.
one. That's another one.
Oh my God.
Like
This is going to be another peaky podcast. Let me cut everybody down a little bit.
no, the blacks. That is wow. Sincerely, that is
It's like the gays.
Am I right?
You can add the in front of any of the transgenders.
No. Adding the in front of
The
a descriptive,
snowflakes.
in front of a descriptive, always makes it seem a lot like just
like-
shitting on them. Yeah.
It's either shitty or condescending. It's
Yeah.
either like really bad.
Wow. That's great, though. Anyways, yeah, we cut you off. Go
Yeah.
ahead.
No, you're fine. Yeah.
Yeah,
The
So,
racism.
KKK is shopping at a nice electronics store.
well, no.
here.
Here's the thing. Upon first viewing,
They're actually getting a monitor so they don't have to burn the crosses anymore. They can just show a picture of a burning cross.
project it.
Like
You
more
know?
environmentally
He's getting a
friendly.
projector.
Well, we know that
projected on the side of the wall.
we know that the Negroes have one way to just display their dead rap friends. We want a way to display
Our burning desire for
works
Jesus.
because it's costly. Do you know the cost of lumber
Look.
to make a burning cross?
Look,
Praise
if they,
Jesus.
No, here you go. Look, if they can bring Tupac back, why can't I have a hologram of a hanging Negro?
I mean, basically.
Wow. All right. We went there.
Basically.
We went there. All right.
I
Cool.
mean, really.
Cool.
Here we are.
Because these people are
Right.
the fucking worst.
We're talking about the KKK. I do not ever want to say those words ever again.
I don't advocate.
No,
Yeah.
listen, real talk. I assure you.
Right off the
this
bat,
is,
we're
Right.
2 minutes in.
Well, what I'm saying here is nothing I ever want to have to like publicly discuss because
Right.
unless I'm saying can you believe those fuckers, but even then. But no,
Wow.
when you first see the guy, he looks like every hanging out in front of the bait and tackle shop piece of shit you ever seen. You know the people that are just chilling out.
Is it old bait and tackle shop hanger, or
This-
is it like a middle age?
Okay, real talk. This guy was probably in his late 40s.
All right,
If I
so
had to
so
read.
he's wearing like Dockers, but he also has like the tucked in button down with the vents on the shoulder.
Actually, look, no, if he pulls his shirt away, he starts revealing the underneath of his hood. That's,
Oh, okay.
No, his,
Yeah.
his,
I thought you
He's
were
like
gonna say like his
reverse-
hamburger meat was hanging out.
No,
or
no,
something.
He's
here's
like
the- here's the
reverse
thing.
Superman.
Here's
Oh,
the thing.
boy.
It's like, you got to realize you got to be generally it's about hiding your identity, and you got to work really hard at that now. You don't want to have to run to your car every time you need to get your hood, So basically his shirt he pulls his shirt up and it transforms into
It's like
this
those
cape.
shitty shirts at Spencer's that
Yeah.
you pull it up
Ask
and
me
it has
about
the
my
face.
dinosaur. Yeah.
What's like if Batman has the bat symbol? What is his symbol for when he needs to run and change his clothes?
Well, I'd assume because
It's the sound of injustice of a black drive-through
Oh,
worker.
it's a sound. I figured it was like a
No, 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 no,
swastika
no, no,
in the
no.
clothes.
no, the
That's
sound's
the
what sets
picture.
him off. He sits there and goes, "A black man's getting credit for a house. Who? Not in my neighborhood."
No,
You know?
I'm telling you, it's the picture of of the black drive-through person not giving them the sauce
Yeah.
that they requested of them going inside and.
I mean, to be
Raising
fair,
hell.
everyone likes to be in him about the idea of someone working fast food, and it's like, why you gotta be so stingy about the sauce? Motherfucker, it's my job. All right? I'm not giving you extra ketchup or whatever. You know, it's my job to, like, give you that slow amount, but so much, you know? Like, they give you, like, 2, and then they charge you for more after
Yeah.
that. Unless you're going to not KFC. Fuck. Unless you're going to,
Don't say McDonald's. They stingy
no,
as
they
shit.
are too. No, fucking Christ Chicken. Chick-fil-A.
Chick-fil-A. Oh yeah, Chick-fil-A don't give a fuck.
Chick-fil-A don't give a fuck.
They make that shit rain, homie.
Yeah, you walk up there, they'll let you get it yourself. And the one in the mall, they have like a little display right there.
I'm mostly mad that you referred to it as Christ chicken.
Christ
Like,
chicken.
like
I mean-
it's
Does
cooked,
that
like
every
it's
time I talk
fried
about
in
how I went
holy
to
water.
Chick-fil-A.
Yeah.
Like, you and your
But-
Christ
but-
chicken. It's
yeah.
like, it's good Christ chicken.
I'm
Shut
not.
up.
Hey, listen. Real talk. I'm not about to shit on how delicious it is. I mean, I admit I don't agree with a lot of their fucking patterns of thought and ways. I mean, but at
Here's
the same
the thing on
time,
that. The owner
Mm-hmm.
of the franchise or a person is allowed to have opinions.
Yeah, it's great, yeah.
Without the business having an opinion.
I mean, I don't know. Here's the thing. My general thought is, like, you can have an
Yeah,
opinion
how am I
or a
going to get
feeling
white
on something.
supremacists to shop at my store if they hate my beliefs?
It's not. As long as it's not affecting your running of your business,
Right.
Who cares?
Like that guy that ran a bakery and wouldn't make the cake for the gay wedding.
That's a problem. But
Yeah,
like,
see, you're turning down money because of some stupid belief, man. I mean,
right? But like, owner of Chick-fil-A, I mean, they didn't say no. It's kind of okay. It's literally the same thing as against being or
Words are hard.
right.
you can say it.
Can we run that one back? Everyone back to one.
Being pro-life or pro-choice. Pro-choice is literally you have the choice to not agree with it. You're not
Yeah.
affecting anyone else. That's
Yeah.
like them. They're not like I fucking hate gay people. No, they're
Yeah.
like I just don't think they should get married personally. But if they do, whatever.
Right.
Now,
No,
I
you
will-
can
I will
have
say
an opinion
this.
on something without it basically being like shoved down other people's throats in the sense of affect. How does it affect you?
Right.
You know, like
exactly.
I personally feel like we shouldn't have another Avatar movie. But if you want to go see it, then more butter to you. It's going to happen.
My thought process on the personal opinion of the owner doesn't necessarily affect the business. That's not true because if you let's take this to the extreme. Let's say he was a white supremacist. He's not, but let's say he is. You're funding him in a sense, so I can understand.
Yeah,
I
there is
can
that.
understand
Well, no,
the.
I'm also not saying that if you think that you don't want to support this business because you don't support the opinions of the owner, that's also not acceptable because yes, you are also giving them money. And
Right,
if you
yeah.
don't think you should be giving
But-
that person money, then don't give them money.
Well, but here's the thing though. Here's the difference between like say Chick-fil-A and we'll go with Hobby Lobby. Like
Hobby Galabi?
Hobby
Hobby
Lobby.
Lobby
Yeah.
is
Yeah.
highly Catholic.
No, it
Right.
is. But
So
I'm
here's
just
the
making
thing.
sure I didn't just hear, like, I didn't have like a
Look.
glitch in my ears. She said Hobby Galabi just now,
I'm
right?
gonna point out right now that I have like PCOS
no,
and
it's
my
okay.
cysts
It's
are
okay.
like killing me.
I'm not cracking on you. I just want to make sure I didn't have a mini stroke just now and mishear you that
Hobby
greatly.
Galabi.
So at
From
Hobby
here on forward,
Galabi,
can it be Hobby
Yeah.
Galabi for
Hobby
us now?
Galabi.
so at Hobby Galabi, like they were at such a point of pushing their views on people that they were trying to make it where birth control could not be
they were
covered under
pushing
their
it on
insurance.
their employees,
Right,
yeah.
exactly. At that point, they're pushing
That point
a
it's a
personal
problem.
belief on
Mm-hmm.
someone such as general public.
Now, I will say this, though. Everyone got all up in a big tizzy. We might disagree on this, and that's fine. But if a business doesn't want to fund it or whatever, like, they have the right, like, the same way you have the right to not work there. Like,
Right.
if, like...
I actually...
Like, if for instance, like, if, like, they didn't want to add birth control to their...
Insurance
to their
plan.
insurance policy, like
Right.
realistically, they have every right in the world to do
Oh,
that.
absolutely, yeah.
They're not. That's not necessarily hurting people because at the same time, too, you don't have to buy their insurance. Because
Yeah,
I don't. If I'm correct in what I know, I'm probably wrong. But they didn't just give insurance out. You had to buy it from them.
Right.
Right,
Well,
Right.
but
every
the
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of jobs, yeah.
The only thing I have to say towards that is like so I have insurance through my job. Let's just say that, and I have to have birth control. Like with my condition, I have to. Just my implant in my arm would have been like $400, even with my insurance.
Yeah.
Thankfully, the health department hooked me up. But, you know, in other situations, there are other pills that aren't at the health department. Like, one that I was on was about $120 a month, and that's with my insurance.
Yeah.
You know, like,
now, don't get me wrong.
realistically,
I disagree with what they're doing.
Yeah,
like,
yeah, yeah.
fuck them. Like, whatever. Like,
Yeah.
the thing that old white men don't understand is birth control is not about, hey, stop fucking and don't have babies. It's like,
Right.
yo, dude, this makes my PMS not hurt as bad.
This makes my ovaries
This
stop.
makes me not literally bleed out.
Hey, what
Right.
was that post you shared me the other day? You know, ladies, stop pretending like, you know, birth control is for your health or some shit. And it's like, you know, men, stop pretending that you have doctrines and, you know,
Yeah.
Right.
medical
Yeah.
science.
Yeah, basically.
No, I'm with you on that one, but like, don't get me wrong. I can sit here and say all day how I don't agree with how the standing on the guy who runs Chick-fil-A and his feelings on certain things, whatever. But I will go buy Christ chicken because it's delicious. It's just I can't honestly say that the one or two purchases I make in a blue moon over there are a huge gap of difference. But I don't want to come off like the guy who's stealing bread from fucking Walmart and saying, "Oh, they're a big corporation. They don't know what's missing." You know what I mean?
I just don't buy their chicken because it doesn't taste good. I'll be that
We will
person.
fight. Now that's where
I
we
will
will
be that
fight.
person. I love their fries. I love Chick-fil-A sauce, and I love their ice cream. That's my
Okay,
favorite
well-
place to get
well,
ice cream at.
Ice cream aside,
How do
all
you
the
not-
stuff I'll be with
hold
you.
on, Ernie. How do you not like their chicken?
Okay, so
What's wrong with you?
It's-
Who hurt
it's-
you?
it's like
it was
two-
blessed by Jesus.
look, it's got too many. Like I don't want to say, like it's got some kind of spice in it that is like just very like in my mouth, and I don't want it to be there.
Well,
like
that's
one
the thing about
particular
food. It usually
spice.
does that. Get in your mouth.
Fuck off. No, I mean for real. There's like one particular flavor in that chicken that I cannot tell you what it is, but I don't fucking like it.
There's like 3 seasons in that thing. Aside, like, it's brine and pickle juice.
Right.
Other than that, though, their breading it's flour.
You didn't know that?
No, I was gonna bring the pickles for them to try.
God damn it. There are pickles.
I don't eat pickles, so.
Oh,
I
no,
fucking
you-
devour
you need to try
pickles.
this.
You need
But-
to try
Please
these.
don't tell me they're the Kool-Aid pickles.
They are.
Oh my fucking god. Vomit City. Thank you. Good night.
Did you
It's-
have one?
I haven't had one. I refuse to.
No. Give it
Not
give
as
it a try.
bad as you think they are.
Give it a try. That's all I'm gonna say. I'm gonna leave it at that. Give it a try. I have them at the house. You come out of the house on your way home today. Yes. Anyways, I'm sorry.
Yeah, from what I understand, it's just flour, powdered sugar. That's their
Yes.
secret ingredient. Is powdered sugar.
Pepper.
It's like
Salt
chili
pepper.
powder, garlic powder, onion powder, and like salt and pepper. That's
Then
really
it's got
all
to be
it
that
is.
fucking powdered sugar that I'm just like, get the
Probably.
fuck out of my chicken.
No, it gives it a little sweet.
No. Then I think that's actually it. Because like, there's literally like I could pinpoint it. I can't tell you what it is, but like I know.
Sugar's not a spice, just for the record.
Fuck off. Okay.
Oh, really?
She said it was a spice.
Look, it's
It's a
something.
flavor.
Mute your phone.
I did. I thought.
Fucking savage.
God.
All right, let's let Ernie get back on
guy's
his
so
sweet.
unprofessional.
What fucking kills me is it's like ever since I've been shopping on Wish
Oh, they send you everything.
constantly.
Especially if you put it in your cart and you forget about it for a couple days. Hey, that
Yeah.
thing you have in your cart's on sale.
Yeah.
Did
Amazon does that too, but I'm okay with Amazon doing
Yeah,
it.
that's actually a
Anyways.
good deal then.
So
Yeah, let's get away from
So this chinless goober is shopping for fucking shit.
now he's
you know?
chinless.
Well, no, he was chinless to begin with. Matter of
You
fact,
just
that's
didn't
probably
tell us.
that's the first thing I noticed about him was
Oh,
that
God.
he basically his nose, his mouth, and then his Adam's apple.
All right, so adult
You know.
redneck leafy is in your shop.
You know, so
Can that
anyways,
be our thumbnail?
he's there looking around,
Put that in my notes.
and I walk up my usual shtick. You know, you need help with anything, blah blah blah. And he
Can you help me
seems-
by getting these black folk out of here?
Well, here's funny about it is that everything about him was totally like my usual customer interaction. Nothing set off any alarms. Sometimes you're talking to a customer for a period of time. You have things that will set off personal alarms. Sometimes I'll be talking to someone and go, "Oh, you're going to be that white dude." And this is all too common in this area. I'll have the people that walk up to me and just like are casually racist and then give me the old elbow like, "Hey, fellow white man, am I right?"
Oh, God.
And I'll have to be like, "Nah."
Oh man, the worst part is when it comes from family.
Yeah,
Oh, that's the worst.
But you know what? I don't remember where I initially had seen this, but I think it was like a post I saw about it not too long ago, maybe a couple of years back, where it was like anytime someone tries to tell you a racist or a sexist joke and you want to show them off, just like
Make them explain it.
Act like you don't get it. So when I get these people who are just like, but those black people, am I right? I'm sorry, what?
No, why?
The black people. What about them? Well, they're black. I'm sure they are. I mean,
I
skin
can
tones.
see.
That can,
My
yeah.
eyes are here. Yeah.
I mean, was there a point here? And that really makes them uncomfortable enough to make them stop, unless they're just complete monsters and then just like break it down for you. And even then, you should be walking away. Anyways, so like nothing's setting off anything on this guy. And well, thank you very much, no problem. You have a good day. Well, you have a good day too. And he goes for his jacket pocket. And I'm like, I'm used to this because like I've had a couple of people come through and give me business
Usually
cards,
like car
or whatever
salesmen,
like that.
stuff like that.
Yeah, or for that matter, even the gentleman who runs his own podcast. Remember I told you about him. So yeah,
wasn't his podcast very similar to this man's?
No, his views are politically different, not racially different.
Okay, yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
So what is he
Shout
like?
out to that guy. Sorry.
So is he like the Keemstar of like politics or something?
Well, no.
Like-
The guy in question who handed me his card that does a podcast, he just has a very right wing podcast. But it's like every bit of it I've seen is not. It's like
he's the Alex Jones of South Carolina.
well, no,
Okay.
that's the best part. His stuff.
Are you sure
isn't,
this isn't my uncle, the one that does opera?
his stuff isn't like where you're watching it going like he's not like sucking off Trump or something, or anything like that. He just really is like conservative. That's it.
Okay.
Thankfully, I was about to say. Otherwise, I definitely
But
wouldn't
is he
have.
in favor of the parade?
Oh God.
I don't know
No,
anything
no.
about that. I just today heard people talking about that. I have no clue what's going on with that, but we'll get to that later on.
Yeah.
Anyways, but yes. So, and by the way, he says as he reaches into his pocket, pull out a card. I'm like, oh neat. So this guy has like something he's gonna pass over to me, a business or something like that. It's this
Cool
red-
sponsorship
it's this-
opportunity potentially.
Well, no, it's not even that. I just thought.
Do you still have this card?
No, let me explain.
Oh.
So the card is this
you should have
red.
taken it.
It's this red and white card. Okay, so it's like a red stripe at the top and the bottom.
But red is communism.
And it has the. Is this like a circle? Is a circle cross design?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
Spoiler
and basically,
alert, my
it
dad's
didn't-
super racist, so I am well aware of this shit.
It didn't blatantly say KKK, but it did mention Knights of the Klan.
Yep, that's
Yeah.
there's a
And-
site that actually shows you where hate groups are active in every
Yeah.
state, like every hate group, like
Yeah.
anyone.
Yeah. This
We
guy
have 3 in our area.
Knights of the
Actually, there's
Klan.
more apparently. This was
this
somebody
is
else
the-
told me this, but
Well, 3 KKK, like that's what I'm talking
But
about.
anyways, and it had his name and his status. He wasn't a dragon apparently, but he was like a wizard or some shit. And I'm just
why
like,
they gotta have like D&D
Yo,
titles?
real talk.
Right.
Why they gotta ruin my fun?
Like, do they
Right?
roll like a dice to like decide like how much they like burn something?
I don't know.
Like, how effective is this this match gonna be?
You put the cross into black man's yard. Roll for initiative. Ah man, he didn't even notice. So yeah. But anyways, he
God, I can hear demonetization happening right now. You hear that?
By the way, small tangent. I don't know what it was about the last one, but it was yellow buttoned fucking immediately.
Immediately.
And I don't know why. Like
We didn't talk about anything like this.
the title didn't have a swear in it. No, when we did talk about stuff like this, that stuff's perfectly fine. It's still
Right.
getting money.
Right.
But
Thanks for those 2 cents.
yeah, for some reason it's like not even the money. The problem is when you
Right.
get demonetized, you don't show up in the recommended
Right.
section anymore, or whatever. But like out the gate, like there was nothing in the title. The thumbnail was just our faces looking fucking stupid. Like the description wasn't offensive in any way, I don't imagine. But boy,
so.
and right now it's sitting at a total like 20 views.
Yeah.
because it was demonetized out the fucking gate. Loved it. Anyways, I'm sorry, I cut you off.
Yeah.
Yeah,
again.
you're fine. Anyway, so he hands me this card, and I have to double take, right? Because
Knights of the Klan.
Because the first thing I want to do is make sure none of my coworkers saw me take this card.
Right. Yeah.
You know?
No. You don't want to be that person at
'Cause-
work.
No,
He
homie,
hands-
I'd have taken it and I'd have showed everybody. Like, did you see this fucker?
Well, no. He goes to hand it to me, right? And I take it and I glance at it, and like I said, I do a double take, right? And as I'm doing my double take, he's like,
Can you invite me to my D&D
No.
group?
Every time we, like again, I did it as I was doing my double take. He says, we like to get as many people in the community involved as we can. And I was like, I didn't know. I legit like there were so few
man.
times I had my foot in my mouth about
Right.
things like this.
Ernie,
but
the
damn
first
it.
thing that came out of your mouth should have been, "Oh no, I'm sorry, I'm engaged to a black fella."
No.
Look, no. That's like
Well,
that's
see, here's the
Brian's
thing.
bit.
You can sit there and think about all this stuff all you want, but when you're faced with it, like you're sincerely going to sit there and go, fuck, I can't be snarky right now. I gotta actually be serious because
Right,
I'm facing this situation as opposed to like
Can't be
someone.
keyboard warrior about it.
He doesn't deserve respect.
When
I'm
somebody
sorry.
pulls a gun on you, you don't have enough time to sit there and think of all the fucking action movie lines you could use to be like, I don't think so. Karate chop. No, you don't have time for
No,
that.
you're gonna say something like,
Right.
spam.
So my man, he hands me the card, and I look, and I went, "Oh no, right?" that's all I can think to do. Was hand him the card back. I went to put it back in his pocket. I was like, don't put this on me, Ricky Bobby. No. That's no. And I was like,
You had the.
and I'm turning around to walk away, and all I can think is, I said, have a nice day to this guy. How do I take that back? And I didn't even look back. I was like, no. I
like,
put the fucking blockers on. I'm like, no.
You're like going to like the remote section in your store to like hope to God there's that fucking room from Click where you're gonna go in and there's that remote and you can rewind it.
You just pick up stuff and look at it, read the bag, just to like keep looking over your shoulder to make sure he's gone.
See, because part of me was like,
that's awesome.
Announce this on the radio, let people be aware. Another part of me is like, no, I don't want to be associated with the idea that,
Look,
hey, Ernie, you talked to a white supremacist today,
Look,
huh?
okay, you already got the girl who dressed up as Hitler in here. Okay, let's be honest there.
Here's the thing, though, is that
you
you
didn't
grew out
mean
of
it though.
Yeah,
but you grew out of your dumb shit.
Thank
This
God.
gentleman is in his late 40s in
Still
his dumb
doing
shit.
his dumb shit.
Yeah.
What was his name? You don't have to say it here, but did you read his name?
I'll be real with you. I was so cut off by Clan and Wizard, I stopped.
Wow.
Like it just shut down at that point. Like my head,
Oh, boy.
you know the sound in video games when you have the light grenade go off. That sound, yeah, that's what's happening. And I was just like, no. You know,
Look, I've never actually had to deal with like other than my dad, white like extreme like supremacist. I was gonna say extremist, but and this is gonna come off wrong. But whenever I was in New York, there we were walking to go to the play on Broadway, and there was like a black extremist group, like the same thing as KKK, except it was black. So and
Black Panthers or whatever.
I don't know. Like I didn't pay attention.
Everyone
They're not
defaults to that, but
yeah.
there are other
Oh,
like.
I know. That's just the one everybody knows.
I mean,
That's
to
why
be
I asked.
fair, same with the
But,
white people. We automatically
I'm
go
like
Klan,
walking
but-
past this like group of like loud people, and they're like screaming like, you need to go kill yourself and like shit like that to me, and because I'm white. I was like,
That's when
what
you look
the
at
fuck?
him and go, that's the plan.
Like I have never in my life like ever witnessed that or dealt with that, and I was just like, okay, well I'm gonna go get pizza.
No, for real.
Sorry, I'm gonna go be really white and get pizza.
No,
Right.
If a group was yelling
was
at me
really
about,
odd.
you should go kill yourself, I'm gonna be like, I mean, you sound just like all the other voices I'm dealing with on a regular basis in here.
Just look
So
at
it's
him and
like,
go, I tried twice, but I've already broke the closet. But it can't hold my weight.
I will look you dead in the,
The
face
first
and go,
time I
look
was
at
trying
me,
to-
look at all this. You can see that I'm trying to slowly get there. Okay,
I want to enjoy this death.
I'm choosing to off myself over time. It's a
In
slow.
fact, I'm going to go do it now. There's pizza. Right
There's
there.
the greasiest fuck pizza in here. Y'all want to cheer me on? I mean,
Come in here and cheer me on.
Look, pay for my pizza, and I will die right there on the table. Right there. Just,
get this piece of shit, the greasiest shit you got. Yes, please and thank you.
large Diet Coke, please.
Bullshit! You're gonna drink that goddamn sweet ass tea. Yeah, he's right. Just double up, please.
Look, people make fun of ordering diets at a fast food restaurant.
No,
Listen,
it's a smart
you
idea.
You order a diet, you can now take that small to a medium, sir.
You can
have you seen that Coke, by the way, is doing these new design cans for like their specialty diet flavors?
And I really could give a shit less. Other than I like the lime.
No, I'm not gonna lie to you. We saw these at Walmart the other night and decided, you can pick up a couple. They're like 70-something cent, right? And the only ones they had of the 4 flavors they're doing were this one and what was the other one?
There's a purple one.
Mango. Yeah, the mango is actually pretty good. But
Yeah.
I happened to look down and I
like,
bring
I'd
this
hope
up.
for some fruit sodas, so
Yeah.
I was all down for some.
But no, I just happened to look at the can and realize why we're making a comparison to ginger ale, because there's ginger lime. I thought it was just lime.
I'm so proud of you.
Yes. Why did you
so
think
proud
I
of you.
said it tasted like sad ginger ale?
I mean, it
Sad
does.
ginger ale.
Yeah.
That's really convincing me that this is really good. It tasted like sad ginger ale. Try
I
it.
didn't think it was that. I wasn't telling you to try it. I didn't think
I
it was
really
that
like
great.
Diet Coke with lime. So
I'm not gonna sit here. I mean, that's
If
what I
you
was
like Diet
expecting.
Coke with lime, you'll probably like
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
Okay.
Real talk.
But I'm not supposed to be doing soda
I was
anyway.
expecting
Yeah.
something gingery.
Yeah.
Because ginger ale. Yeah,
Yeah, you were
it
expecting-
had
you're just
very
a-
little ginger flavor. It was very sad.
But I will say, I'm kind of interested in trying because the mango was good. I want to try. No, it actually was. But I want to try the.
I like it tastes like cough syrup.
Mango?
What kind of cough syrup are you drinking?
Like,
Can I
okay.
get some?
Look, I didn't do liquid medicine as a kid, and like they started doing that flavor thing that you can put in.
Yeah.
I was about to say,
So
if, you,
my
if you
mom-
want cough syrup, drink Dr. Pepper.
My,
Like,
no, okay, now get the fuck out.
you don't like Christ chicken, so
Yeah.
we can fight.
We can agree to disagree then.
Don't get me wrong, I like Dr. Pepper, but it does absolutely, after a while, I can't drink a lot of it.
No, Dr. Pepper's one of those things that
drink Dr.
after a
Pepper,
long
like,
period of drinking it, it finally sinks in the flavor style.
me.
But literally the first couple times I had Dr. Pepper, I sincerely was just like, I can't do this.
Let me put it
Yo,
this
shout
way.
out Dr. Pepper if you want to sponsor this podcast.
Yeah.
Let me put it this way. I love Dr. Pepper, like particularly Dr. Pepper with cherry. That, like when I go to like Sonic and they go, "How many shots of cherry do you want?" Fuck it
All
up.
of them.
Just fuck it up.
Fuck me up, fam.
Fuck my shit up.
No, look, that happened. I can't remember who told me to do that. It was like one of my friends. I took him to Sonic, and he's like, "Hey, get da 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 with da 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 in it." And I was like, "Okay, they're gonna ask me like how much of what," and he's like, "Just tell them a fuck ton." Okay.
Rachel, you mentioned earlier you can't do when you didn't do liquid medicine when you were a kid.
Oh
right?
yeah, no,
Did that tell you what happened to me recently when I was sick and I went to get medicine?
Oh, please tell me because
Oh, this is the great.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Put it in his butt.
No.
Okay,
Butt chug
honestly,
cough
that's where I
syrup.
thought that story was going when you were telling me that
butt
story.
chug and
I was like,
cough
they're gonna give him
syrup.
suppositories.
No,
Oh no.
I was
Oh,
super sick
They
recently.
did not.
I remember this. Didn't you do this on the podcast?
No.
Did I? I don't think so.
With the pharmacist and everything?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, did I?
Yeah, that was a
Oh,
story that
okay.
we've already
Oh
told.
well, then
Okay.
fill me
It
in
was
later then.
when you weren't here for it. Yeah,
Well, then
that's right.
Fill me
We'll
in
fill you in
later.
later.
Oh my god, you don't even listen to our own podcast?
Well,
no,
no,
I
fucking-
listen to them and then I forget because I'm
that's
really
Rachel,
tired.
the short and sweet basically is I had to get medicine. I don't like taking pills because I really stink at taking pills. I asked the lady for the doctor for the liquid, and she kind of gave me that okay eyebrows. And I'm like, no, it's cool because I don't like taking pills.
Right.
When I went up to pick it up, the lady at the counter told me her exact words just, okay, medicine here for Ernie Suggs. I'm like, yeah, that's me. She goes, okay, so has little Ernie ever taken any medicine before? I'm just like, all right. And the first thing I looked down was like, you talking about my dick? No,
Look,
but
that's like whenever
I had to explain to her I'm an adult, but I like to take the liquid.
That's like whenever I had my own house and I was like home alone one day, like pajamas, chilling with my dog, playing video games, whatever, very loudly because I'm in my own house, not an apartment.
Very loudly.
Very loudly.
Y'all can eat some
Hobby
massive
Galobby.
dicks.
Hobby Galobby, very loud.
No,
That's the fucking name of her mixtape.
we had. I can't remember if it was.
Barry Loud is your fucking rap name.
Oh God. Oh sweet Jesus.
Very
French him
loud.
for you, I will.
Please kill me.
Very loud. I am so okay with this.
No, I
shit.
can't remember what religious group came to my house. It was like the Mormons or Jehovah's Witnesses. And like I opened the door, like I said, pajamas, messy hair, everything. Well, hey there. Are your parents home? Bitch, I am paying for this house.
Bitch, I am the parents. Fuck out of my face.
Are your parents home? Just rub your eye real sleepy.
No. No. I should have done that shit where it's like, yeah, hold on, let me go get my mom. Mom, close the door, open it back.
No.
Open it back
Put
up.
fucking like shoes with higher like heels on. Then come back. Yeah.
That would have been great. Not gonna lie.
Yeah, no, that would have been perfect.
That's
Or put down a fucking tote to stand on. You know.
that's kind of the dream, like, because I run my own store. Like, it sucks because I haven't had a shitty customer. Like, I had one girl kind of go off the rails one time because like she was having a panic attack and was like mad at her ex-boyfriend that he wasn't mad that
Jesus.
someone touched her inappropriately. And
I've heard this
yeah,
story.
okay.
well, I guess I'll tell that real quick. Like, she comes in and she's like, he raped me and you don't believe me. To which he said, well, if he raped you, then why'd you hang out with him that afternoon too? To which I kind of in my head went, oh, all right, cool, man. That was a good one. But so I walked over. I was like, excuse me, this isn't an appropriate conversation we're having in a game store. There's kids here. Could you not do that here?
Right.
And she goes, we're making him uncomfortable. We need to go outside. And I looked at him and I went, I'm so sorry. I was trying to get her off of you. So he goes outside and has a conversation, whatever. I leave. Ian's there.
Oh, poor Ian.
And they come back in, and Ian walks up. He goes, "Hey, look, it's unfortunate. I'm sorry this is happening. But again, we've already said once, this isn't the place for it." And she's like, "Fuck you, eat shit and die, kill yourself." And then she goes on Facebook.
I'm a raise hell.
Poor little Ian.
She goes on Facebook and goes to, at this point we had like 50 or 60 reviews that people read. She goes to every comment and copies and pastes like, this store doesn't care about rape victims and people with mental illnesses.
Oh my God.
And so I sent her a message and I was like, "Hey, again, sorry all that happened to you. I'm sorry you feel upset about it.
I have no fucking
We're
part
a game
in this.
store.
Yeah.
I have no,
Well, and then so I was like, "Hey, this really sucks. Like, if you need help, if you don't know anybody to contact, I know a few people who you can contact,
Right.
like doctors or whatever, because I do. I know some psychiatrists."
Right.
And so I was like, "If you need," and she's like, "Fuck you, eat shit and die.
Oh
I'm
my God.
suing." And to which point I said, "Okay," like I messaged her. I was like, "Okay, this conversation can't go any further. You're clearly like out of
Off
hand."
the rails at this point.
No, I didn't insult her. I was like,
Right,
"You're clearly
right.
getting out of hand." I said, "If you genuinely want to sue us, have your attorney contact me." And then she just said, "Fuck you, you're an asshole," and like never messaged me again.
I wanna know
But
who
she did
this
that. She
woman
left
was.
comments under 2 accounts. We banned one, and she did it again with another.
That's a lot of effort.
right.
Like that's just a lot of effort.
Yeah, like get a fucking life.
like I would understand if it like happened at your store and you were like, and but
Right.
it's
The
a
store
whole
is not
separate
involved in
incident.
this
Just because you had the discussion somewhere doesn't mean that they had a part in it. Like me talking about like how much I like hate something at Walmart, and then like someone tells me an escort or something escorts me out. That's not Walmart's fault.
Also, like
Like
I didn't go up and go, "Haha, fuck you, you got raped, that's funny."
Right.
Like, I was like, "Hey, this isn't an appropriate
This
place
is an
for this
adult
conversation."
conversation.
No, that is a very serious fucking thing to be throwing around like that.
right,
though.
like you don't just talk about that, especially first and foremost.
Loudly in public.
Yeah, especially if
Like, I sympathize. If that genuinely happened, like, I'm sorry, that sucks.
and
but
I'll give her this, like, kudos if it did actually happen. Like, I mean, I don't know the story. I don't know anything about
Yeah,
it.
I don't either.
You know, and I hate using the "if it happened" because that's such a bullshit term. But if it happened, kudos on you for being able to talk about it loudly in public, but not around kids.
Not around
and
kids.
let's just
not
not do
around
it
kids,
loudly.
and not as a means to like to get
Berate
it
your
right.
boyfriend?
right.
ex-boyfriend. She was there with her current boyfriend.
Oh no, she was berating her current boyfriend, the one that she was with.
No, she was berating her ex-boyfriend
oh.
when she came in with her current boyfriend. She walks to the door and she goes, "Oh, you ain't gonna say hey to me?" And we're like, "Oh, she's just goofing around having a little laugh."
Oh,
no, she
boy.
went over there and just like railed into him. I felt so bad
How
for
do you
him.
care that much? Like, how do you? I mean, not like that. I mean, like, how are you like actively like moving on with someone else and like you're trying to get your life on, but you're like stalking your boyfriend down at like a shop.
Your ex-boyfriend.
Yeah, excuse me. You're at this point. No, this might as well be current boyfriend because like she cares too much to not have feelings still there. Like if I went up to any of my ex-boyfriends like anytime, I obviously would still care if I was like bickering about things that had happened in the course of our relationship.
I don't know.
Yeah.
It was crazy. So like I said, I just like I was like Connor. I was like, "Hey, if you need to talk to somebody," she's like, "Fuck you, eat shit." I was like, "All right, cool."
Which furthers my thought that there's something else here, and
But here's the thing. There is something else there, and it's none of my or the other 40 people in the shop's business.
no. I know what I'm saying is that this could have easily have been something she was trying to like.
She was probably just trying to shame him or something.
She was
in
trying
front
to
of his
publicly
friends.
like bullshit him so that it ruined his good time and the people around him
Right.
to suddenly think a way about him.
The best part about this guy though is like it didn't faze him one bit. He's just like he's so lackadaisical about everything. Like he's the kind of guy that like
it's lactazical.
lackadaisical.
really?
Yes, it's lactazical.
That's what happens when you always read
Like
words and
dazzically.
don't say them.
Oh well,
Are you,
lackadaisical.
are you fucking for real?
No, that's Kevin's like favorite word. He did a training
All right,
video
Hobby
and some
Galobby.
guy
Anyways.
used it and he
No,
fucking
for,
uses it
for
all
real.
the time.
If that is the case, you've just put my whole world into like a
Yeah, I had no
tailspin.
idea.
Yeah.
Everyone says it lackadaisically. Anyways, he's the kind of guy that's like, even when he's having a good time, he's like, "Oh yeah, no, we're having fun."
So he's basically Troy.
Yeah, I
No,
was about
Troy
to say.
actually shows more emotion.
Well, yeah, Troy does now, yeah, but
But yeah. Anyways, what I was getting to before that, it makes me so mad that all my customers are good. Like, I really, like, it's not fair. I have the opportunity
Look.
to like, tell a shithead to rightfully fuck off. Like, if someone comes in and
You
is
went
acting,
through all the trouble starting a business so you could tell someone to fuck off. They
Yes,
got out of
and
hand.
now
No
they
one will
can't.
thank you.
like,
But
because
they're all,
what I
like-
really want to do is I want someone to come in and, like, start raising a stink for no real reason.
I'm a raise hell.
And then come in and raise hell, and then he's like, let me talk to a fucking manager or something. I'll be like, all right, I'm so sorry, sir, he's in the back, let me go get him. Walk back there, and we've got t-shirts for the shop that have our logo on it, so I go back there and change my shirt and walk back out and go, hey, was my employee being an asshole? I'm gonna get right on him, sir. Can I help you out with anything? And then he clearly is gonna be mad, and I want to walk behind the counter and go, you know what, dude? Like, see that camera right there? I'm gonna review it and make sure that he was not doing things he shouldn't have been.
If you could have a pre-recording of you in the back going,
I said I'm
sorry, you know,
Yeah.
like
That'd
no,
be beautiful.
fuck up.
Like, because you know people like that are just gonna go leave negative reviews and shit. It's like, and if you leave a negative review, I'm gonna make sure to put this video up there so everyone knows exactly what my employee did for word. Make sure you're right. Just so like, boy, well, he was being real shitty.
Oh boy.
Oh man, I want that so bad.
No,
It'll never happen.
See, look, like I have the unfortunateness that like my customers are on the phone, so they get to hold me hostage. I had a lady that like we
I don't know why. The first thing I thought about was we were just talking about being held YouTube hostage not too long ago.
look. I had this lady, like, when techs are new, they take a little more time. Because, unfortunately, they haven't been doing it for long. They've only watched some dudes do it and occasionally done it. So, naturally, it's going to take a little bit longer. But this dude had literally been
This
there
bitch.
for, like, 6 hours. Like, yeah, exactly. So, I understood. But, like, the lady calls me, and, like, they don't normally have our number unless we call them earlier, which is beautiful. But when the person that was there before you calls them and you're not expecting someone to call, is really great because, listen here, bitch. I haven't talked to you before. Ooh.
Who is this? Can I fucking help you?
She's like, listen here, bitch. This tech has been here for 6 fucking hours, hasn't done a single goddamn thing, and you're not getting off the phone with me until you get a supervisor out here.
That's when I would just be like, I'm so
No.
I can't and hang up on him.
Oh, no. I wish, because then she followed up with, and if you hang up on me, I'll keep calling. And I only know that there's a couple of the people there to answer the phone. So I'll keep calling.
I was like, bitch, I'm gonna go to the bathroom. Leave me alone.
She had me on hold. Like, I had to put her on hold for, like, just to, like, try and figure out what the fuck to do.
Did you just mute her so you could listen to her, bitch?
Yeah. No, I mute. That's all we do. Like, we just mute and, what the fuck do I do about this? She held me on hostage 2 separate times, 30 minutes. When are you gonna get? And the greatest thing about this lady was she was like, I have a doctor's appointment, and if I have to miss it because he's still here installing cable, go to your fucking doctor's appointment. That's way more important than, like, fucking whatever, CNN.
Is he in the
And
house?
he's probably outside your house anyway.
I mean, like, really?
I've had cable installed. Like, they come in your house for like 10 minutes to put the cable up through the
Right.
floor.
Look, if he's been there for 6 hours, guarantee he's probably going to be there for 3 more hours. You'll be done with your doctor's appointment by then. Just go.
What was he doing? Was he burying cable?
No.
Like digging with his hands?
What?
Tech
wow,
support.
burying cable.
No, sometimes you do have to
That's
actually
like a
bury-
porn waiting to happen.
Oh,
Wow.
no, you literally have to bury the cable.
Yeah.
That's what I'm
No,
getting at.
no, he.
No. I mean, I'm sincerely like just planning the plot in my head now. I'm here to bury the cable. You know?
No, he, unfortunately, it wasn't his fault. Yeah, it actually wasn't because he was new. It was because, like, whenever they get equipment, it has to be assigned to them so they can put it on accounts and go from there, and that boots up. Fortunately, sometimes whenever you assign it, it doesn't assign. So then you have to call tech support, which can take up to 3 hours to answer. And then after that, you have every other thing. And then if you run into another problem, you have to call tech support again. So none of it was his fault. Like, sending a supervisor out there, which I had to do, completely pointless.
Would do
They just
nothing.
sit there and watched him sit on a phone.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
So, Rachel, you got a PS4 now, right?
Yeah.
Have you played Monster Hunter yet?
No, I'm actually going to go try it at a friend's house before I buy it because I hear it's not up my alley as far as gaming, but I want to make a cat, so.
Oh no, yeah. The making a cat companion was the biggest.
So that's the
selling point
only
for
thing
me.
I really want to
While
buy.
y'all talk
That's
about
so
this, I'm gonna
far.
go pee.
That's so far been the only thing I gave a shit about, you know. But no, I'm kind of upset because part of the game there's a canteen area you can go to, eat food and stuff. And you want to eat food before you go on missions. Give you certain dishes give you buffs and so on like
It's
that.
like sleeping in a bed before you go out and fall out.
To a degree, but you can actually like base your meal on the buffs you want for the mission you're about to take, right?
Oh yeah, they do that in those Tales games, Tales of Berseria.
Yeah.
I watched Kevin do that.
Real talk, the little cats, when they make your meal, it's a delightful adventure to watch every time. Yeah, you watch the cats prepare your meal, and it's adorable. But what I really want to bring this up for is that the food looks stupid delicious.
Then let's make it. Fuck it. Let's have an episode of cooking on
Oh
the
my
podcast.
God. No,
I'm
so
okay with this.
Yeah.
what I bring this
Make
up
sure I'm
for,
here for that.
has there ever
Yes.
been a meal you've seen or something in a game of that nature that you really wish was real? Like, yeah, a lot of things you gotta ask these questions, and Bowman's coming back from peeing, so I'll reiterate for him. Bowman, I was talking about how delicious the food in Monster Hunter looks, and just how sickening it is to me that I will never have a dish that looks like it does. But you possibly could, because it's like, based in reality visually, like the meat dishes and so on like that. Were there a food or health item or item in general from video games that you would wish were real or like to try? Like, I've always been curious as to what Sonic does with those rings. Like, does he eat them, or is he just like hoarding them? What do they feel like texture wise?
They're limited edition Cheetos, actually. Yeah. They came out with a new shape,
Yeah. But no,
Or
real
Funyuns.
talk.
Then he needs to chew more.
Food or health item or something like that from a game that you would be genuinely curious about if you could physically experience it. What would it be?
I know there are some. Like, there definitely are. But the only thing I can think of is, like, and it's so generic, is, like, the food from all the Studio Ghibli movies.
Oh, I mean, yeah.
I mean, like, that's so generic, and that's stuff that you can't make.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
But it all looks so good.
Right.
Yeah.
But there's definitely, like, stuff from video games that just...
Brain
Yeah,
not
'cause, like,
thinking
I like-
answering.
Like, how do you imagine like a super mushroom from Mario Brothers feels? You know what I'm saying? Like, are they?
I imagine it's like a marshmallow.
Yeah, I could get behind that.
What's that game with Ellen Page? I'd like to experience that.
So you want to experience
you wanna
her
be a-
having like a nosebleed every time?
No, slow
that
down.
y'all-
Wait. With Ellen Page, you said?
Yeah,
Yeah.
she was in
Is
the
that,
game.
no. Is that so? So the one where she's like
what I'm
possessed by
saying.
her brother?
Look, I
No,
don't,
that's
I don't,
what I'm saying,
I don't
the
know the
nosebleed.
concept of
Yeah.
the game.
Yeah, because it's got some real creepy factors to it. She's possessed by her brother, and like
Like,
his
what
brother's there
happened-
the whole time when she gets laid. From
Yeah, like what? Well, it's kind of like whenever she accesses Aiden or Aiden, that's
Aiden,
it.
yeah.
She has her eyes roll
It's
back into
lackadaisically.
this fucking creepy shit.
Yeah.
And, well, it's spelled like Aiden, you cocksucker. But she says Aiden, like, all the fucking time.
Yeah. Probably press circle for Jason.
You touch your sticks together, and then you, like...
That's so fucking stupid.
I fucking hate the mechanics of that game so goddamn
But no,
much.
real talk. Like,
Her
I
eyes roll back and nosebleeds.
I bring it up because I
Ugh.
was thinking about it because I was watching that little cinematic and I was just like, fuck, I wish I had kitties cooking food for me that looks that delicious. All my turd ever does is lay deuces in the fucking box all crooked and unburied.
Let me be real with you. Actually, it would probably be, from like Pokemon Stadium 1, they have the sushi, the Lickitung game. All of those plates of sushi. I don't even like fish like that, but they always looked really good as a kid.
Yeah.
Like that's
And
what I wanted.
You can legit get sushi like that.
Oh, I know,
you
but yeah, no, that would be probably one of them. I mean, I know I hate sushi though. Like
Yeah.
I hate fish. So.
Yeah.
I have no
that's
idea. I don't-
like her. Chelsea, what about you? What of all the RPGs and survival games you've played, what's caught your eye? No? Nothing?
Yeah, kind of
Yeah, I mean,
completely brain. Like everything I play that has food is like normal food. Like
right.
Harvest Moon, like all that's actual food.
Yeah.
Like,
No, I mean, I can't think about it like realistically. Like,
I mean, like again, I think about the desserts you see in like the Kirby games, for example. I mean, some of those, man.
No.
Go ahead.
No, I take that back. Did you play the Tiny Toon Adventures game for Super Nintendo?
What, you done that Buster Bust Loose?
Yes.
Yes.
All of that food. I know it's
Yeah.
all real food, but it looks like fucking cartoon goodness. Like that.
I wish there was
every
somebody
second.
out there making food and selling it restaurant
Like
wise,
that.
but visually making it look like that.
Right.
You know, I mean,
we might be onto something here.
I have
I mean,
that.
hey,
nah, they got a what is it? Feast of Fantasy or something like that.
Yeah,
on
I was just
YouTube?
about to bring up that
What the fuck
website,
is
actually.
Feast of Fantasy?
There's a website that basically
That's probably wrong, but
Yeah, or Fantasy Feast or something like that. The whole
sounds
gimmick
like
of the
cat
website,
It really
is
does.
to make foods based on what you see in video games and so on like that.
Oh,
Yeah.
I follow a Tumblr that does that.
Yeah.
They post the recipe with it and everything.
Yeah,
the only one I care about is the Bob's Burgers cookbook.
yeah. I don't know. Now that I think about it, okay, am I the only one here that saw Hook? Anyone else
Feast
here
of
see
Fiction.
Hook? Feast of Fiction. Anyone else see Hook?
Hook the movie.
Yeah.
Like
when
once
they were
upon a
when
time.
they were imagining the buffet before them, you know, and it just honestly all looked like colored ice cream. But yo, real talk, I would totally.
Or either like in the fucking Scooby Doo like live action movie where like Shaggy and Scooby are stuck in that room and it's all like fake food, but it all looks so fucking good.
When I was growing up, I had the Ninja Turtles cartoon at the time, and there would always one of the running gags in that show was always like, you know, these weird specialty pizzas they would eat and make and stuff. And I'm not gonna lie to you, a couple of those I ended up trying when I was a kid, like myself and Wally. Most notably, marshmallows on a pizza.
No, I'm not down.
Not
Not
gonna lie
down.
to you.
Not
Not gonna
down.
lie to you.
I can
It
see
is
that.
not as bad as you would think.
Well, sweet and savory is not necessarily a bad thing together.
Yeah, but then it was like they had one that was a peanut butter and jelly pizza, and I'm like, nah, I don't think I can do that.
Well, it depends.
Well,
like, is
if
it
you
peanut?
don't have the tomato sauce on it.
But no, that's funny. You pepperoni pizza, sprinkle some marshmallows on that bitch, eat it. It's actually pretty decent.
I believe you.
I will say this though, when it comes down to food, like it needs to like change my life for me to make it add it to my repertoire. Like I don't. If it's only gonna mildly change pizza to a this is alright, I guess, then I don't want it.
Did I ever tell you about when I was staying at the house uptown? We did a cookie dia.
Cookie dia.
Cookie dia.
No,
It's like a
explain
case. It's like a quesadilla, but okay. So here's what we did. So instead of
Does
like,
it have cheese in it?
hold on, I'm getting to
I
that.
hope
No.
to
So-
God no.
No, it does not.
So shout out to whoever's listening to this that was there for the cookie dia, which would probably be I don't know. I doubt anybody's.
That's
who
sad.
lived
I
with us.
wish I was a part of this.
Yeah. Ty, myself, Cecil, Matt. We all basically yeah. We all got together, and the idea was. Yeah, no, you're thinking it, yeah. But we basically had the house, you know, to ourselves, and it's like, you know, want to fucking do something special, do something nice. And I was like, we should have a night we just make something like huge dessert wise, and we started just pitching ideas back and forth. And I was like, all right, so we lay down cookie dough instead of pizza dough, right? And instead of tomato sauce, we use fudge. And instead of pepperoni, we use marshmallow. And it just kept going from there. And we just fold it over, pinch the edges, bake it, boom, cookie dia.
That sounds like a ooey gooey mess.
I was about to say.
It is.
Absolutely was.
First off,
And it's
if
delicious.
you're replacing pizza sauce with fudge and whatever else you said, it's not a quesadilla in the least bit. It's a calzone.
Yeah,
Get it
actually,
fucking
yeah.
right.
Well,
That's what I was
see,
thinking.
Don't disparage the name of the calzone.
Like,
But yeah, but
totally
cookie
fucked
dia
it over.
it came out better verbally.
It's a s'mores pie, dude.
Look, I would have been okay. I would have been more okay with this if you would have put it in a waffle iron.
Okay, see, we didn't have a waffle iron, but that would be brilliant.
Bro, you knew me at that time.
No.
I have a Hello Kitty waffle iron.
Real talk. If I got a waffle iron, I'm making moon waffles.
The fuck are moon waffles?
Okay, see again, I'm
Is
the
it a
only
moon pie and a waffle?
No, I'm like really the only Simpsons fan in the house. In an
Oh
episode,
fuck! I know what you're
Well,
talking
no
about.
shit.
Yeah. So
I don't know anything
when Homer
about
stayed
it.
home from church that time, and so he made moon waffles, and what they are is like waffle mix, caramel, and I think there was something else in it, and basically he just shoves it all in there, lets it cook, opens it, wraps that bitch on a stick with a roll of butter, and just eats it off the stick.
Yeah, I'm in Vomit City right now, and I'm the person that used to stress
here it is.
eat.
No, I was
If
gonna
you
say
take the butter out,
there's a
Yeah.
great binging with Babish episode where he makes moon waffles.
Yeah.
Look that up later.
Okay,
It's pretty dope.
Ugh.
but
And he also like the good thing about binging with Babish is he'll make it and go, all right, this was awful. Let's make it good. So he gives you a at home like legit way to make it.
I like
see, leave the butter off of that, and
well, no, the butter didn't go on it. He wrapped it around the butter, the stick of butter. And
yeah,
ate it.
Look, I really enjoy I think it's like You're Awful at Everything, that YouTube channel where like it's the most condescending like fucking explanation on how to cook ever.
You know,
Is it your cooking sucks?
Yeah, that's it.
I'm probably super late to the game, but we discovered a YouTube channel last night that I fell in love with. The Slow Mo Guys.
You are so
the
goddamn
fuck?
slow.
Super late. I
This
know.
is
What
also
year
hold
is
on.
it?
No. This is also the same man who didn't know what ridiculousness was.
I didn't.
He tried to
I still
pitch. He
don't.
tried to pitch a show to us to do, and it was just ridiculous. So he goes, "What's that?"
Yeah.
And then I was like, it's Tosh.0, but
But
like,
to be fair, Kevin didn't know what it was either because I was like, "Hey, Kevin, am I?"
Well, I mean,
have none of y'all ever stayed in a hotel room?
Look, no. You know,
Wait, what?
I stayed in a
What's that
hotel
gotta do
room
with
last
anything?
night, and
'Cause
I watched.
when you go to a hotel, like, there's 3 channels you could put it on. Like, you
Right.
put it on MTV so you can watch Catfished, you know?
Look,
Nah.
actually, it's funny that you say that because I stayed at a hotel last night, and Kevin has never seen Naked and Afraid.
Wow, Kevin.
Right,
Wow.
right.
I'm
So-
calling you out, Kevin.
No,
really?
no. Now he's like, this is the most fascinating thing ever. So we watched that for hours
Oh,
until
it's
it went off, and then I
hilarious.
started watching Catfish.
But the ridiculousness. What was the name of the guy again?
Rob Deerdeck.
Rob Deerdeck.
Who is he?
Basically,
He's an old
like,
skateboarder.
yeah, old skateboarder. He
You
did
remember
Robin Big.
Big?
They sold fucking Big Black's fucking clothing line and Journeys.
Jesus, Big Black.
It wasn't his
Yeah.
name? Yeah, Big Black
He was
Boykin.
he was
He was a
his
big
bodyguard. He's
dude,
this
yeah.
huge dude, and that was just his nickname, Big Black.
Yeah. He actually died. Rest in peace.
He was a black dude though, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Making sure, because
Yeah,
that
yeah.
was about to go. There's
Like,
a lot wrong with that nickname if that's not the case.
They were the best of friends. They had like a big show where they just kind of like they
What was
lived
the
in
other
a house.
show? Because
Robin Big.
No, there was Robin Big.
Or
The one that
Fantasy
came after
Factory.
that. Fantasy Factory
I
was
hate
fucking
Fantasy-
dope. I loved Fantasy Factory.
It's kind of like it goes into the same level of like Nitro Circus for me, and I'm just
Mm.
kind of like, this is like Jackass with like a storyline. I'm good.
Yeah.
These are all things I've never heard of before.
Yeah, no, because the reason I say that is because I asked Kevin, I was like, please don't let me ever be the Chanel West Coast of the podcast.
I'm sorry. What?
That's just her name.
That's her name, and it's this
She's-
ditzy ass like
She's the cleavage that hangs around.
right. She's this ditzy ass cleavage. Like she has a rap career. There's scare quote.
You can do this. I believe in you.
Scare quotes around that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Scare quotes?
That's what Kevin calls them.
Oh.
It's like whenever you do like
Air quotes.
yeah,
Air quotes.
then they're like
So
supposed to be important.
I like to think it's air quotes, scare quotes, like "Rawr," you know, like a monster.
I like the visual reference on it.
Yeah, I know,
Yeah.
right?
For all you viewers.
but no, really though, like I guess there's a whole generation of bullshit TV I know nothing about.
Consider yourself lucky.
Yeah.
I mean,
Also,
hey,
to
yo.
be fair, like, how old are you?
Well, that's not the
Too
point
old.
though. Like,
No. I mean, it really does make a difference. Though,
Yeah,
honestly.
ridiculousness
Does it
and
really?
shit like that was like high school for me.
Yeah.
So like when I'm at home after school and not having girlfriends, I'm watching ridiculousness.
You were out there being an adult.
I don't know about that, but
You were pretending to be an
well, no.
adult.
So,
sorry.
would you say that's what, like 2005 to 2007?
It was at least whenever you were working at Journeys because I was like with Corey around then.
No, I don't know, man. Because I was about to say, because when I was living at when I was in Garden City, I didn't have like cable or nothing. Everything was internet for me.
It wasn't. It
And-
wasn't around. Well, it might have been around then, but it wasn't really popular.
Wait, I didn't watch Ridiculousness. It was
Yeah,
Fantasy
you watched.
Factory.
Yeah, you watched Fantasy Factory and reruns of Robin Big.
No, see,
Yeah,
I'm a
like
Fantasy
you
Factory
would
fan.
have had like. It was the equivalent of our fucking Viva La Bam.
I'm sorry, it wasn't. Viva La Bam was my Viva La Bam.
Oh, I fucking
Sorry.
love Viva La Bam.
Fantasy Factory was 2009, so I guess I wasn't. I was
Yeah,
in college.
I
Same
was in
shit,
high
though.
school.
Okay, so 2009,
Like I said,
was
you were
in
at
a,
Journeys.
Oh no, not into.
Yeah, you were,
Yeah,
'cause
I was.
yeah.
Yeah. No, I was
That's
about to
when
say
I lost my virginity.
2009. I was in like a really, really,
We
really,
need that
really.
John.
Yeah, I was in the middle of saying something, then I got kind of caught in a loop there. No, 2009, I was stuck in a really, really terrible relationship, and so TV
So you should
was.
have
Yeah.
been escaping to TV.
Well, no. That's no. My entire escape, that entire relationship was Fallout 3.
Yeah.
I have 300 some odd hours in that fucking game because of that.
Ooh, can we bring up something from around that time?
Oh Lord, here we go.
It's around MySpace.
Oh Christ.
I wish that magical TV show thing you were trying to start forever and a day ago on MySpace
Yeah, I was okay. So in
was still a thing.
long ago. This was again
Mini
during my
moons.
days at the beach. When MySpace was a thing. I was doing.
Wait, do you want to ruin this? It could be something we work on later.
Actually,
Well,
yeah.
no, well, I mean, I doubt it. No,
Nah, go
so
for it.
no. Generally, it was fresh when I first moved to the beach from Florence or Darlington, technically. But
What's
whatever.
reverse osmosis?
Reverse osmosis.
It's on this water bottle, purified by reverse osmosis.
It's
Okay.
the act of
Oh,
like like osmosis is like
Putting things in.
putting things together. Reverse.
I'm
would be-
sorry. That didn't make sense.
That's
to me.
right? Like
Yeah.
I'm not, okay.
Well, no, I was about to say
It's
you.
a little more complicated than that.
It's two
but-
things being next to each other, and then they incorporate themselves over
You're just
time.
kissing and then
Right. And so, like, osmosis basically. It's a fancy way of saying they filtered it, basically, actually.
Yay,
Yeah.
we're
If
a
you think
science
about
podcast
Anyways,
now.
T-shirts. Wow.
Wow. Yeah. Really? No.
MySpace.
So, no. I was about to say. Were you still thinking about your sponsorship deal? Is that
I
what's going on?
demand a I poop in sand shirt.
Yeah,
So
two
no,
guys tease.
in
Fuck.
oh God, I don't remember what year it was I was doing these. Maybe because again, I moved from Darlington to the beach in 2003, I think it was. And before I left, Wally and I were working on the coolest website ever.
Yep.
It was basically his little project. He had a website, and we would do stupid articles and so on like that. His goal was to be as funny as crack.com without having to do lists, and I was okay with this.
I think my favorite one you brought up was the which one was more durable, the GameCube
Yeah,
or the
yeah.
N64, where you gave each other concussions.
No. We were testing out. He wanted to do something around consoles, and I'm just like, well, like just comparing them. He goes, yeah, but that's kind of boring. I was like, which one we can toss and still work? He goes, okay, keep going. And I was like, which one we could wail on each other with and would still work after? He goes, I like that. Yeah. And so basically, there's an entire. There are actually pictures on my Facebook somewhere of from when we did this, but generally. I was sitting in a chair, and Wally would sit across from the living room from me, and would just chuck these systems at me, and we would test and see if they were still working after. And of all of them, the N64 won because it made me bleed. Yo, real talk.
But did it turn on?
Yeah.
Nice.
Dude, no, 64s, man.
Well, neither of them had moving parts. No, the GameCube did have moving parts.
Yeah, but here's the thing. The N64, real talk, is like a goddamn beast.
It can survive a house fire.
It has survived house fire. I told you
me
what I
that.
had,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, that's
I had. I don't know if I still have it. I have to look, but I had a 64 that survived a house fire and still works. I had to peel some of the plastic where it melted to get to the input, but yeah, it still works. And if you shake it, you can hear all the cockroach corpses in it.
You had to pull the side off that like the Phantom of the Opera melted off.
Basically, yeah. Anyways, it wailed on my. It hit me in the face, and I bled. And he's just like, "Okay, not only are we done, but I think we have a winner." And I was like, "Okay, cool." Anyways, so TCWE was a thing we were doing for a while there, and it was fun on a bun. And when I moved, I was like, I can still
What kind
do.
of bun?
Is it a Hawaiian bun? Because that's
wanna
the best kind.
yeah, I'm gonna say
Brioche,
Hawaiian.
whole wheat.
Hawaiian.
Is that how
I
you
like the
say that
Hawaiian
word?
ones, yeah.
What, brioche? Yeah. What do you think it is? Brioche?
I don't know. I wasn't
Brioche?
hooked on phonics. So.
That was
Brioche.
a type of cheese. So.
Brioche? No.
So when I moved, I told Wally, I was like, "Listen,
Brioche is
man,
like a
I can still
hamburger
do,
bun.
I can still do content for the website, you know." And he was just like, "All right, cool." And he was going through some stuff at the time, so it kind of fell off. But I kept doing these stupid articles and putting them on my MySpace on the
blog
the
section,
blogs and stuff. Yeah, and I'm so mad that since Justin Timberlake bought MySpace, didn't he the one who bought MySpace?
What?
Didn't
No,
Justin
he
Timberlake
partnered. He didn't
buy
buy.
it. Okay. But when the buyout happened,
I didn't know
everyone's
anything
blogs
about that.
went away. And so there's a shit ton of content there I worked really hard on that's totally gone now.
Yep.
But anyways.
Oh man, wasted youth is gone.
yeah.
That was my
Yeah, I know.
my
That's
whole
what I say
shtick.
pretty much. But anyways, so I was
Wasted
still
youth.
doing
Could we not
content.
have had- edgier
side
name.
note, there are kitties on my mic.
Yeah, that's my mic is why.
I have the Hello Kitty one actually. So.
Yeah.
Mine says it's got this.
Oh, there's things
It's got
on
a
all of
sticker
them.
on it that
It's
says
so you know what
parental
it's
use
talking
only.
to.
Nice.
It's
You
so-
know, because
Yeah,
I'm an
you're-
asshole.
You're using my usual mic and I put kitty stickers on it. But
Yeah,
anyways.
you're not on the guest mic that's blank.
Yeah.
I'm gonna bring a rainbow for the guest mic.
Okay.
It's fair.
Or I still got the Hello Kitty tape at the house.
Because the reasoning
but I have
is
Hello
But hers
Kitty
is Hello Kitty.
Okay.
You can have them both.
the,
Anyways.
the reason is we talking to him and we spit and I don't want to like smell anybody else's breath.
Yeah. And
Fair enough. Okay.
But anyways, so
Mics get gross.
Yes,
I believe
they do.
you.
So I had decided that I was going to move up to doing video articles for the thing, right?
And you can upload it to Google Video before YouTube was a thing.
No,
Well,
the MySpace video. bro.
MySpace video, yeah.
Man, there's
Yeah.
videos. I wish I would have gotten off of there now.
Yeah,
Shit.
yeah. I'm super bummed out
I did like a party boy vid
Back
with my
your
friend.
shit up.
well, it was
I was
2007,
like in seventh
dude.
grade.
Yeah, like
Or don't delete it off of your computer.
Dude,
well,
it
Lord-
was
that
Lord
computer.
only knows,
Okay, let's
yeah.
revisit. Like around that time was like where LimeWire was like a big thing. Your computer had AIDS at that point.
It
like
caught on
there was,
fire.
Yeah.
Well, no, see,
it killed itself.
The computer
and
I
said,
had,
"Bye, world."
like, I still have the hard
Left you a
drive
suicide note.
with all that stuff on, but I can't access it. I don't have. I need to get a casing for it. I just never got around.
You
to it.
You don't
work
have
at an
to have a
electronics
fucking
store
casing
with
for
a
it.
discount.
Yeah, but I can't find. It's one of the
Is it like
old,
SATA?
No, long before SATA. Yeah. Anyways, the point I'm getting at is there's video articles I had done that were just like now some of these I still have part of the
love
whole
the guy.
random crap thing. Holy crap! You want to talk about bringing back some old fucking thoughts? Random crap videos I used to do. So that's kind of what led into random crap. Actually, was doing stuff for the articles and stuff.
I love that creative name.
Well,
it's almost as good as our t-shirt business name.
Yeah. Well, bear in mind, random crap just came about as the term for it because I couldn't come up with a clever enough name, and that was the holdover that just ended up sticking.
The placeholder.
Look, I had the best t-shirt company name, and I just don't do t-shirts. I'm not going to do it.
Yeah.
It's going to be Shirts and Giggles.
Oh, we talked about that. Yeah, I remember that shit.
Yeah.
Because you told me about Shirts and Giggles back when I first did those designs. If
I
I'm not
really
mistaken.
wanted to. No. This came long after that. This came after like
if
2
and when
bottles
we have
of
a merch,
tequila.
that'll be the section, Shirts and Giggles.
Yeah.
Sweet, so it can actually get used. Yes.
But no, so like
Trademark.
I did a introductory. I called it the Blogtastic blog, and I did an introductory video. And one of the things I was doing a lot of at that time was basically shooting myself multiple times, like to make it look like there's more than one me there. Stupid shit, right? Mm-hmm. And for some reason, Rachel just clinged on to that shit. She's like, "That's like my favorite thing ever."
Dude,
like,
to be fair, to be really gay, like you were my favorite person in the world when I was like growing up because I didn't have any cool people.
And you still didn't.
I know. I made poor choices.
Extremely poor choices. And so
you and me both.
Right.
So
here we are.
Yeah, but I still have a number of those videos, but not all of them because again on that old hard drive. But yeah, the Blogtastic blog shit, there was all kinds of stuff I had done. Probably some of my favorites were, which these were on MySpace, but I still have a lot of these still. The me with the Puppet Time, basically.
We'll post these as teasers on the Instagram.
Yeah, they're pretty horrible.
Here we go.
Yeah. Puppet Time is I love it, but yeah, some of them are just cringy as fuck, but it makes me giggle.
That dude, listen, I recently, I've had those broadcast cameras for about a year now, and it finally kind of dawned on me, I used to only shoot in mini DV back in the day. Let me go get my box of tapes.
Same.
So one of these days, I have the box. I went to my mom's house and grabbed my box of tapes. One of these days, I'm going to transfer it all to digital. And you want to talk about cringe? This was back in the Jackass era, and that's all we did.
Dude,
so you have an adapter? You have an adapter for him?
No, I put it into the camera, and I let the camera transfer it to my computer.
I'll give you my mini DVs, too, and we can do this.
Hell yeah.
Look, you want to talk about some cringy shit? There's videos of me and my cousin on a old YouTube account because me and my friend Barry Lynn, we got real creative, and we created this name. We were going to have the Barley and Rice Show because it was a play on our names because it was Barry Lynn and Rachel. There's videos of me and my cousin playing extreme dodgeball where I chucked a fucking not a longboard but like one of those old fat boards at him, and like he didn't get hit. No, I have a scar on my eyebrow from a fucking magnolia tree pine cone fucky thing like dagging me square in the eye, and you see me just go ugh, and the fucking I start wailing on him with like other shit, like just trash we had in our fucking yard.
I threw a skateboard at you. You threw a pine cone at me and made me bleed. I'm gonna beat your ass.
Right.
Okay, talking about things to throw at people that are way more horrible than you would expect, though. Because what we used to do is we used to have pecan wars.
Oh, fuck that noise.
My grandma has like 8 pecan
that
trees
noise.
in her house.
We made pecan shooters.
Oh, Jesus,
Yes.
no,
Yes.
sir.
Because that at my grandmother's house. Okay, so at my grandmother's, she has this huge ancient
we
fucking
can segue into my
deco
good
tree
grandma.
in her backyard for the longest time. It just actually.
Did you say Deku tree?
Yeah. Okay, like in Zelda, you know that big tree.
Well, hello,
Yeah, it's a fucking huge old ass tree, but it recently died. Like it
insides are infected.
Yeah, it does suck because that tree had been there like before she moved.
See,
there.
it really was the Deku tree. It was waiting on fucking Navi and Link to come and save him.
And
So,
they didn't, and it died.
It used to just rain pecans at one point, and we just went nuts and pecans. Pinkies up, folks. No, we
Because you don't pee in a can.
Ernie, quit acting like you ain't in the South.
We are well aware that we're in the South because the first 5 minutes of this podcast was about the KKK.
But we used to go and just sweep them up and chuck them at each other.
We're not in the KKK.
No.
Just
Out of context,
little disclaimer there in case you picked up halfway through. You walked up on your friend listening. We don't support the KKK.
And your friend probably doesn't either, I'd hope.
Just as a heads up.
Yeah.
But
I love all colors. Purple's my favorite.
I love
Wait,
the purple
hold on,
people
whoa, wait a minute. So like you're into like just choking them out to the purple and just like that's your thing? That's what you're into?
I need to leave.
Ernie, what I do in my private time is none of your goddamn business.
Okay, well, we can go save that for after.
Just remind me. Not for the podcast, but remind me when we go outside later too.
Do we need to
Are
call?
you are you teasing a story that the people can't hear?
I can't tell the story.
Hold on.
Change
Wait.
the name.
I can't.
Less that. Do we need to?
Okay, actually, fine. Okay, I will
do we need
tell
to
the
call?
story.
Do we need to call some help for Kevin? Is there something we need? To...
No.
I mean, it's bad
Actually,
enough somebody stabbed him in the eye. Is a whole nother that
actually, it's about other
Bite
people,
me.
but it's about that purple comment. I had a friend, a friend of mine who was really into choking, and
As you would be.
they found out the hard way that they were using rope. That 3 loops of rope.
Come on.
Hold on. No.
I'm not into that scene, and even I know it's a bad idea.
No. Hold on. Oh no. No, it was cool at 2 loops of rope around the throat. 3 was too much until they realized that the person was unconscious and they were biting on something because they were trying to suck on someone's dick. Went unconscious, started biting. Thought that the person was just biting for the sake of biting, so they started punching them into the back of the fucking head.
Wait. You know?
Start punching them in the back of the fucking head, like, please quit fucking biting me. Oh shit.
Why do you punch? That's not like
I don't know.
put your finger in her mouth like a dog.
Oh no. They had bruises all over their hand from when they were trying to get fucking mouth off.
Mouth of a dick.
Yeah, no, it was a real nasty situation.
That is like that is right up there with explain to the doctor what happened stories that you really don't have to explain.
Right.
You got a light bulb up your ass.
Like I asked them what was
It's either-
what would they have done?
If you
They
have
were
a light
like,
bulb up your ass, or your colon has a really bright idea.
I'm a fan of Dr. Cox too. Anyways, you were saying?
oh no. I asked them what they would have done if the situation would have gone worse, and they're like, I don't know. I would have probably tried to figure out 1, how to explain this to the cops, and 2, how fast can I get to the ER with a person on my junk that I can't get off?
You kind of have to probably call an ambulance. That
But no,
way,
but see, here's
just
I'm glad to see I'm
saying.
not the only person that considers this shit. When I'm getting into some shit sometimes, the first thing that goes to my mind is, how do I explain this to the authorities?
Right. Like, how do I come
Successfully.
out of this without going to jail for something that was
No, not even
consensual?
going to jail, just explaining it.
So
you know?
here's the question too. You get charged when you get into the ambulance and they drive you to the hospital. Do you get charged for them helping you at home?
What do you mean?
If you're calling because you need an EMT, not because you need to go to the hospital.
Well, you're asking the wrong group. You should have asked this with the last guest.
So though, yeah.
Sure.
So what I have gathered about some things with
Put her on speaker. Call her up.
with ambulances
Hey, yo.
is that usually the whole reason that an ambulance costs so much is because most places like McLeod's different. They have their own ambulance system, but most
But they're
places
doing a
have
rental, through a
right.
company, yeah.
So you usually you're like, oh my god, $300. You actually have to file the insurance separate.
Yeah.
They don't file your insurance. They don't get your insurance card when
My
you're fucking
insurance didn't
stroking.
cover mine when I dislocated my knee in Colombia.
No, but you had to actually. No, here's the thing though: is you
They
actually had
do,
to file
but they
that
don't
separately.
File it because
No,
it's not...
the insurance company said no, we don't cover that.
well,
Oh,
That's
okay. Well,
different.
that's different.
Yeah.
But some
We don't
insurances
cover
cover it.
acts of stupidity.
Yeah, well, no, that's what I'm wondering, because, if you call an ambulance and they show up and they don't give you a ride, if they show up and you're just like, all right, never mind, it's cool, you don't get charged, but do you get charged if they have to, pry someone's jaw off your cock?
I'm gonna go on a limb and say probably.
okay,
but I don't know for certain.
I mean, that'd be essentially the same thing. That'd be like asking does it cost for them? Does it cost more if they have to give you an IV on the ride and stuff like that? I mean, it's the same type of service. They're giving you help for what you need. They don't charge you extra for
but
that.
there's no desire to mentally wash your entire body of the dirty
Right.
from putting IV in.
Yeah.
But having to sit there and go, bruh, I don't want to be one to have to tell you this, but
We might have to.
she's got a hell of a jaw. And I think you know what we mean by this. I do. So
Yeah, no.
So yeah, can you imagine, that when? Am I the only one that has those moments where you're in the middle of some deprived shit and you have to sit there and go, "This is somebody's daughter."
What have you been doing?
Oh, Ernie just got called the fuck out.
I do some pretty dirt shit, but I don't think I ever go.
No, really, Rachel. I mean, come on. Some of the stories you've told me, did you ever once sit there and just go,
Not a once.
Somebody somewhere has at one point in their life told this gentleman who's showing me him jacking off with a sock in a text message. Somebody has said to him at one point or another, "I love you and good night." And
Did they say I love you though?
Isn't that why they're there?
Yeah.
No, I have been to
Why
some
would you
pretty
hold on,
dark.
Why would you send someone a picture of you jacking off into a sock? Like, don't get me wrong, it is the most efficient way, but like, you don't send the
Maybe for
picture
you,
of the
but-
sock.
No.
It's
you
very
don't.
efficient. It's a tube. You put your dick in it, you come, and it's there. Like, it doesn't. There's no
Don't
cleanup.
make a mess, right?
Yeah, you don't make a mess.
No mess,
You,
no mess,
you,
no
you
mess,
grab
right?
a nice,
No,
like,
no,
you
see-
get a good grip here, and you just slide the sock off, no cleanup, tuck it back in your
here's
pants,
the
and call it a
difference,
day.
though, is I'm hoping to God that if some dude's sending me a picture of him jerking off with anything, it's going to be one of those Tengu eggs, because at least those are disposable.
Yeah, but why a sock? Like, there's
Why,
no,
why
like,
is that?
no,
I
there's
hope it's at least clean.
there's nothing sexy
like,
about
it's
jerking
not
off into a
sweaty,
sock.
like looking
No.
sock.
like when you jerk off
That's
into a
what you're
sock, you
just
know
trying
what
to
you're
get
doing.
done.
Like,
That reminds me of like the episode of Weeds where like the young kid finds out about jerking off and like the mom's like, why is our plumbing so fucked up? And he's been flushing all the goddamn socks that he's been jerking off into.
why flush a sock? Who fuck
Because
cares?
he,
Fold
because
laundry.
he,
Teenager
he
and-
hadn't had the talk. And so she calls the
So
plumber.
the last thing he's thinking is, if this sock gets put in with the other laundry,
mom's
my
gonna
mom will
know.
get pregnant.
Or either-
Oh no!
Oh my fucking god! What is mom doing with the sock? Hold on now.
no, real
Think
talk.
about teenagers that don't know things.
Right? Okay.
When
I guess.
when I was in
Yeah.
grade school and we had the classes
Oh
like when I was
no!
in 5th and 6th
I didn't
grade,
get those
right?
classes.
Ernie's gonna say my friend said, but it's gonna be him.
No, real talk. I didn't say anything during these classes. I didn't ask questions. I just sat and I listened because the thing is, all right. So our principal,
At least you got an education.
Yeah, I didn't get sexual ed.
We'll talk about ours. Go ahead.
Yeah.
well, our principal.
Yeah, mine was good,
so
too.
our principal, like year round, the entirety of knowing him, Mr. Girardi. For anyone who went to Pate at the same time as me, you
fuck is
old
Pate?
motherfuckers, Pate Elementary. Okay, so that's where I went to school.
Don't feel bad. My school doesn't exist either.
No, Pate's still around. Pate's still
yeah,
around.
it does,
Yeah.
doesn't it?
Fuck no. They closed at first they closed the high school and then they closed the whole school.
Oh wow.
Yeah, no, Pate Elementary's still around. It's my junior high that isn't around anymore.
The teachers
But-
still run a school, but they changed the name.
Okay.
But anyways, Mr. Girardi was like, I mean, I think he's still alive. But he was like, he was the Andy Griffith of principals. He was like the nicest, sweetest old man you'd ever seen. All the parents loved him. The generations that had went to Pate prior and dealt with him were so cool with him, in fact, that there was a paper they would have to send out every year saying you give permission for us to punish your student, punish your kid if he got out of hand, which they were just like, yeah, I know Mr. Girardi. He's cool. I know how he is with kids. I don't care. Do it. If my kid's acting up in your school, it's
Enough.
not your fault. It's his. He's a piece of shit. Whoop his ass. We had this paddle hanging
we
the
had
office. We had a paddle hanging in the office that had like
Was
this
this public
holes.
school?
We were
Yeah.
all young enough that they didn't allow that anymore.
No, see, my
Yeah.
school still had it because
I was a
when
private
you,
school.
yeah, exactly.
Well, we had a fucking paddle that hung in the office, like it would just hang over the door of the office as like a warning. And anytime like you were sitting in the office waiting your turn, if in the office you heard talking, then it got quiet and he would walk out and reach up and pull the paddle down, you knew something was about to happen.
Oh no!
When it had holes drilled in it for lack of wind resistance, and it only took, depending on what you did or how bad it was a 3-strike system. Your first time you got 1, the second time you got 2, third time you got 3, and honestly no one made it to 3. That's how scary it was.
At least they were prepared for like
yeah.
pledging and like college.
So myself, I only actually went once and got paddled once. It was one time, and I was in the 2nd grade.
Oh, that was years before mine. I was 15.
Yeah, well,
I actually never got it. I'm so thankful for that.
when it was me and a
Explains a
friend
lot of my
mine
adult
at the time, being dumb kids and just play fighting, and all it took was one slip, and so it became real fighting, and they split us up, and it's like, all right, that's strike 1 for both of you, and we knew we were in trouble. We sat in that office, man. You want to talk about the quiet before the storm? We just sat there like, just pale, just scared to death about what's going to happen, what was about to happen. And I don't really have any memories about how bad it was. I just know that it was louder than it was painful.
Your
but
PTSD
I think they took it
blocked it
right,
out.
but I think they took it easy on us too. Anyways, neither here nor there.
Is that what the
Mr.
holes
Girardi-
are for, to make it louder?
No,
Possibly, yeah.
It's also, fun fact, it's also because it helps distribute it. Like if you have a flat surface that's very just smack and impact in like one area, usually if you have that, it gives
so like
room
there's
for
no
the,
air pocket.
Yeah.
Right.
And so, and Rachel's one she has at home right now, all of them have the holes drilled in them proper.
Right,
so,
exactly.
Yeah.
Some of them have
Sometimes
hearts
I'm
in
just
it.
bad on purpose. But
Like I said, it explains the adult life.
anyways,
You would
Girardi
think
was
mine would have led into an adult life of wanting it, but anyways, go ahead.
no, Girardi was the nicest guy, dude. Really, and I actually one of the last times I saw him when I
He's
first
spanked you and
moved
went,
back into
I'm so
town.
sorry.
Yeah.
The last time he
know
saw
what?
you-
Honestly, yeah, he was he would sit there and he's like, I don't want to do. I'm sorry. Let me give him the proper voice for this character. He literally was like Andy Griffith. Now, I don't want to do this, but I'm going to. Oh, okay. No, I'm sorry. Thwap! Moving on. And he wouldn't even look at you afterward.
I would hope that he actually said, moving on, and that's it. Like, that's how he ended the occasion.
Moving on.
So, no. We, whenever it came down to the sex ed of the 5th grade class, all the boys are split into one classroom, all the girls are split in the other classroom. And so in the boys' classroom, we literally had at the time, only 2 male teachers.
So is the gym coach.
No,
Yeah.
our
Oh.
gym coach was a woman. No, we had Mr. Drawdy.
ours.
We had Mr. Drawdy, and we had Mr. Mons, who was the music teacher. And Mr. Mons was already kind of an eccentric character, so it was kind of hard to get a grasp on him trying to be serious and scary. But Mr. Drawdy, man, he would turn it on. Like, he went from being this I'm the sweetest, nicest guy you're ever gonna deal with, to like, all right, fuckers, listen up.
So he's basically that sex ed teacher from Mean Girls. Yeah. You're gonna get pregnant and you die.
No. His thing was, okay.
You're gonna get STD
I'm
and
gonna move away from the
die.
mic because I know you're gonna give me shit for this. His thing was, he would, and actually the echo will help this, because this is what it was like sitting near the back of the
Yet
classroom.
he did not
hearing
move
this.
away for the other one.
So he basically would just, and what's interesting about this shit is the fact that when it happened, prior to
The mic stand's touching the wall. Just back up.
prior to it happening, I had just doodled on the chalkboard. Like, this was a phase where I was just discovering being able to draw like shapes and give them 3D
Dimension.
textures and stuff.
Yeah.
So I drew like giant cracks in the chalkboard and had cracks everywhere in big open spaces and all that. But he comes walking in, he's just like, "All right, listen up! We don't have anybody laughing. We're being serious. This is serious business." And at first it was like, he goes, and he slams that big ham hock of a fist on the fucking desk, and I swear I thought like the walls were gonna come down.
Was it not Ham Hanks?
Ham Hanks, yeah, Ham Hanks. Legit, he slams his hand on this, and it got dirt quiet in there. Like you not a single smile cracked. Anybody would crack a smile. We're gonna talk about penis. Somebody cracks a smile. Ah! They point at you. It got quiet. Nobody wanted to do nothing. And that's part of the reason why I was so quiet during it. When you sit there and said to me, I'm gonna say a friend said, no. I'm legit going to say I didn't say nothing. I
The
sat
worst
there
part is,
quiet.
like, as an adult, if you sat through that, you would do nothing but laugh. Not because
Right.
LOL penises, but like,
Oh, we're
But
in the,
watching-
no, because we're in the South and we get abstinence only sex
Yeah.
ed. That's why
was yours
we're laughing
abstinence
at-
only?
No, it was
Mine
not.
wasn't
Oh,
either.
what?
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
see, here's the thing.
Yeah,
So-
legally they're
so-
supposed to only do abstinence only.
Because here's the thing. Ours wasn't about abstinence. I mean, they brought it up as a topic, but ours was about
Ours just didn't talk about sex.
Ours was about getting familiar with what does what.
Getting familiar with your willy.
Basically, get familiar with what you got, what it does, and so forth. And if you have questions, let's do it.
I
But-
wish.
See, the 5th grade one was like, hey, you're about to go through puberty.
Right.
So here's the weird shit your body's about to do.
Basically, yes.
And then when you get to high school is when it's the actual, hey, here's STDs and how
Right,
scary those
right,
shit
Oh,
are.
I
right.
got neither of those.
Here's how I'm going to assume mine was like yours. So mine
actually
was
no, probably.
No?
I'll tell
Really?
mine after you.
All right, so ours was like ours wasn't until high school. I was in 10th grade before I got the
Yep.
talk. Like, don't get me
Still
wrong.
never had the talk.
Yeah, don't
Oh, I got the talk.
don't get me
awkwardly.
wrong. Like
We
I was
all
too,
knew.
I was too fat to be fucking anyway. But like, so it didn't matter. But
Somebody somewhere it drove by in their van and saw you and went, I'd nail that right fast. Yes, sir.
he didn't call me though on my
It's
razor
like the
phone.
Bob's Burgers quote where it's like, go send Tina to do it. Why can't I? Because you're fat. They don't want to molest you. No, wait. They do.
Our sex ed was like I was in 9th or 10th grade, too old to hear about it for the first time.
Right.
But instead of this was a Christian school, so take that for what it's worth. It wasn't like, so here's a penis, here's a vagina, you're an adult, like here's your stuff. It was, they sat us all down in a room, boys and girls, same room, and all they did was take us to the chapel, which had a large white screen and a projector on it.
Sounds about the same.
And they showed us like Blue Waffle and Drippy Dick. And all they said was, this is what happens when you have sex. If you have sex before marriage, this is what's going to happen. And sex is between two adults who are married, wants to have a kid. Like, that was essentially our talk. They just showed us a bunch of awful pictures of rotten dicks and vaginas. And I was about to say crotches, not cunts, just for the record.
Either way.
yeah.
Rotten crotches. and told us this is what happens when you have sex.
No,
that was our
experience.
sex ed.
Completely different experience.
And what's
for
funny
me.
too is like there's a couple teachers in there who like I think some of the teachers, not all of them, but there were a couple teachers who were only there for a year or two who I genuinely believe were just there for a job. Like they didn't buy into the whole religion thing.
Oh, I'm sure.
So
I had a couple of teachers like that at my Christian
sitting
school.
in the back, kind of tapping their feet, just like I'm not here.
Well,
no, mine was completely.
I don't
knows
endorse this.
what's going on.
Before you do, Rachel, I just want to point this one thing out. That's what I was saying earlier, though. Some of the questions that we got, like after our session was over initially, that first one, they're like, "Any questions?" And again, like I said, I sat quiet. I was like,
I'm never going to use this thing.
No, it's like no real talk. I was just in shock. I think because like I went from seeing like, "Oh, nice, Mr. Jordan, he's such a nice guy," to like, "Oh my God, he's like an entire." It's like a full moon. And, but no, one of the questions one of the people in class asked, and I'm actually still friends with this person, so I'm not going to say their name, but they were like, so if I have a wet dream and somebody else was to sleep in that bed, could they get pregnant? And that's what I was saying. My man was flushing socks likely because he was like, last thing I need, is my mom putting on a pair of these socks and my sperm crawling up her leg and getting her pregnant,
Oh my God.
Just saying. Don't okay, the look you're giving me right now is like as if to say, so I read this article the other day.
When I was in high school, we had a girl who asked if you could get pregnant from swallowing. And
I thought you could, like 5th grade. I was like, yeah, that's the quickest way to get pregnant, like in my head.
In 5th grade?
That makes more sense.
It's the quickest way for your jizz to get to your stomach.
Like
which is where babies are made.
14, 15.
Okay, yeah, no.
This is high school. This is like mid-year high school, not even like incoming freshmen. So like,
oh yeah, they were incoming, all right.
No, let me lead in my sex ed story because it's kind of a small two-parter because y'all
that
got
wasn't in
you
sex
went
ed
to
class, by
Florence
the way.
Christian,
That was in
though,
my
right?
theater
Yeah,
class.
Florence Christian
Fucking
like
theater
didn't
kids.
just like preach like your
Right.
dick will fall off.
Oh no, hold on, don't worry.
Or I'm sorry, your clit will fall off.
No, don't worry. We'll get there. Don't worry. Satan's doorbell will be there another day.
If you ring Satan's doorbell,
Yeah.
he'll come a knocking.
Yeah. No.
But wait, I'm sorry. What are the odds? I'm like, I don't know. I'm afraid my clip might fall off. It won't. And then the next day you're walking, all of a sudden you hear. It's just so. The fuck was that? I don't know. Oh no.
Satan's gonna come for me now.
Hey,
No.
someone dropped your clit.
There's a short. There we go.
It's okay.
No. He sweeps it into his hand, puts his bubble gum on the back of it. Come here.
No. Have y'all ever? Did y'all ever watch that show, Ugly Americans?
Yes.
Yeah.
You remember the episode where the dude's dick like runs away and it goes to the police station? That's what happens.
Oh my God.
But no,
I missed that shit.
He was
I do
beating
too.
me.
Fuck yes. But no, so at Florence Christian, they did not have any form of sex ed to speak of,
Well, you
like
just
much
said
like
Florence
there.
Christian, so you kind of gave away why.
So, when I switched to that school in the middle of 5th grade because I was very horribly bullied at my other school for being super sheltered and like my mom was super strict about like music and
let's
stuff.
Just be honest, you're awful.
I was, dude. Like,
There's no was.
No. My mom never told me like to shower every day, and I like, ugh, we're not even gonna go into that. I'm so sorry. All
in
these.
general, you're a terrible person. I mean,
I am, but no. So I entered 5th grade in the middle of the year at this school, right? And like when I came in, like I didn't know any of these teachers. Like I didn't know, we had 2 teachers because they were trying to get you ready for the changing classes in high school bullshit.
Did they treat you like garbage because your clit fell off?
I think your clit will rot off is going to be the title of this episode.
Demonetized instantly.
No, it's ringing the devil's doorbell.
Yes.
Yes, your clit will fall off.
But no, so when I got in, my fucking not physical science, but it was like science teacher, because they split up the classes. Math and science was hers. Yeah, that's it. And so the first thing we get into, the first subject I get introduced into with people I do not know is, all right, we're about to learn about how bugs and animals reproduce. And it was very similar, like, we're not gonna continue this subject if y'all start laughing, things like that. And then they took us to like see this IMAX movie on bugs reproducing. I swear to God, I had to watch in 3D a praying mantis eat another praying mantis's head off.
Wait, so they drove you to the beach to an IMAX theater?
No, Charleston at that.
Jeez.
Just to watch bugs fuck?
Yeah, basically.
All right.
So that's
You're
my
at the
first...
age where that could have been seen on the internet easily at that point.
No. This wasn't
No,
around
5th grade.
Yeah, this
It
is 5th
wouldn't have
grade.
been- the internet wasn't really a thing.
This is like, that wasn't
Late
like...
90s,
No,
early 2000s.
This is not late 90s.
early 2000s, then, right?
Yeah.
It was like
The internet was
2002.
way a thing then. Yeah.
It wasn't like
No.
yeah, no.
No, listen, I can
Like YouTube
If
was a
you
thing,
were
but
up to fucking date, maybe.
yeah, like YouTube was a thing, but we were still just getting like fucking Smosh doing the Pokemon theme song. You know.
I was just about to say, listen, guys, I think I remember watching bugs fucking on the internet when I was like,
But all right, so that was like kind of my introduction to how the fuck this was going to be handled throughout my like career at this school. So I don't know if your school did this, but we had a Bible class and we also had chapel, but the Bible classes were split up like sex wise.
What?
Yeah. Because
Well, first off, your school was huge. Mine was not. My class
Yeah.
had 6 people. If you split us
Well,
up, it would be 5 guys and 1 girl.
we had like 20 people in a class though, so it wasn't that, you know, but they merged like high school together. So but seniors had their own, but it was basically like a fellowship with ladies, things like that, so you could talk about your girl problems and it not
talk
be
about your girl problems.
yeah, so you know, talk about how like, you know, your period is from Satan and from you sinning, you know, that kind of thing.
Wait.
thing I tried to say?
No, it's not.
Okay,
but
okay.
I mean, but we
About
did
to
no.
say.
But we did talk about the consequences that came from, you know, women eating the apple and the reason that we have all the problems we do. That we did.
Yeah,
We
that's
did
why
discuss
childbirth
that.
is painful, etc.
All I'm saying is the apple eating thing was an allegory. That's not something you can blame women for.
Right.
What I love is the idea that these women that were in there from the teachings that they were dealing with, just the idea of sitting there listening to him talk was like, Lord, let me tell you one thing that really gets me about these men. He comes home from work, and the first thing he does is, well, no, dinner's not on the table. I tried to explain to him, I was telling Jesus it's on the way.
No. See, let me tell you. Look.
Did you see that article, by the way, that was talking about the from the 50s where the
Yeah.
tips
Yeah.
to
Yeah.
keep a happy husband?
Well, that's been going around for a while.
Yeah, I just saw that
Probably
today.
been going around.
No,
done
no.
since the 50s.
Let me point this out. Like, we had some teachers that, like, to this day, if I see in public, I'm like, oh my god, hey. I remember one of them was like, all
Yeah,
right,
don't get me
girls.
wrong. From making fun of my school,
Right.
like, I love the teachers to death.
Well, no, this one story just always stuck with me because it was just how real this lady was for her, like, her Bible class. Because she was sitting there, she goes, okay, girls. Now, this room is extremely cold.
What you can't see is she had her hands on her hips right now.
Yeah, she's this very well put together lady. And
Yeah,
she's
but I feel like
standing
that
there-
really sells the
Yeah.
character, though. Yes.
Like, and she's like, all right, girls, it's really cold in this room. I can only put on so many layers. So if you see something poking from my shirt, just please gently let me know and I will go put a Band-Aid over it. Like, it was that kind of environment.
You'd see the Band-Aid, too, though. Whatever.
Yeah.
Wow, that's
No.
incredible.
So our version of sex ed in high school was definitely not led by a coach, and let me explain that because there's 2 instances of our coaches being absolutely horrible.
The church that owned our school called someone in.
Oh no. Let me explain
we
why.
couldn't do it themselves. They had to call in
Yeah,
help.
we had a professional fucker.
Oh no. Let me tell you why my coach couldn't do that, because the first one got busted on using meth, selling meth, and prostituting. Jesus. Yeah.
At a Christian school.
The other one in my
Surprise.
like right before, or actually after I left, got busted for like raping and molesting like the softball team. So God no, they were not in charge of sex ed.
Well, okay.
Yeah.
Welcome to Sex Ed. All right, so to get prepared, everyone get
Pull your
naked.
pants off.
Don't get me wrong, adult consenting softball players are great to look at, but don't touch the fucking kids.
There is something called softball booty, and it is wonderful
It's a
on an
thing.
adult.
Yo, real talk. Like watching professional, not even softball, but like volleyball players too, man.
Yo,
Just
I loved
what?
working at Academy for
I
that
ain't gonna
reason.
lie, I'm into that lesbian look. Please, bring it on.
I loved working at
Short
Academy
hair,
because
nice
I
booty,
had
bring it in.
I had the lesbian girl that worked with me, and we both like worked the customer service desk, and there'd be like the teams of adult softball players coming in uniform, and we'd just be like, it's a good day. But no, so that's why
You're
they
sex
did
ed,
not.
sorry, we can-
Oh no, so boys didn't get sex ed.
Boys got a pat on the back and go for it, Tiger. Yes.
No, look, the only reason I even got a sex ed is because we had a teacher that was a very, very, she was very
She felt
straightforward.
called by the Lord to tell you guys.
Yeah, actually, kind of. Like that was like basically how she felt about it. So she makes us all sign consent forms to watch this movie, and like,
Oh, was it was it Miracle of Life or something like that?
no, it's something about being a woman.
Oh man.
And
it opens the same way as all these films with
Yeah.
the soft camera on the lady on the couch. Hi, and she puts down a cup
this
of tea.
one is like a live action, like it's a live
Yeah.
set kind of thing.
Yeah.
Like, and it cuts to like the scenes of like the women being like flirtatious and like it leading to things, and then it gets into talking about like women who have AIDS and stuff like that.
Women,
Like,
it's your fault that men want to have premarital sex.
no, and that's kind of the tone of this whole entire fucking thing is like how you carry yourself, how you protect your flower.
A couple of years ago, the flower, that's exactly what gave it away.
Yeah.
A couple of years ago, I saw a video on YouTube that was basically like from the 1980s.
No, I think you posted it or something on
Yeah.
YouTube, and I was like, I
Yeah.
swear to God, this is exactly what I fucking
'cause
watched.
It was like I said, it opens with the soft music and the Barbara
It's like a
Walters camera
Lifetime film.
on a woman sitting at the couch. She's sitting on the couch talking to someone off camera,
Mm-hmm.
and she turns like, "Oh, hi," and puts her fucking cup of tea down. Today we're going to talk to you young ladies about what it is to be a young lady and how to handle yourself. And there's some shit in there that even I was like going like, "Oh my God."
Some shit, the whole thing.
no, it
Don't get me wrong. The opening was alright with me because it was the lady,
Yeah.
chatting with someone off camera like a morning talk show and drinking a cup of tea.
And
I'm
then
not okay
bam.
with that. But then just hits you with just like all the 80s, man. Like the one that we're talking about, careful about how you carry yourself.
Yeah.
It was the girl in like she had the 80s gym shorts that stop at the vagina, And,
yeah.
So
the
my
fucking-
high school wardrobe, basically.
and the tucked in white t-shirt. You
no,
know?
definitely not my high school.
Can you
wardrobe.
send me this video?
Well, because you weren't from the 80s.
Look, no, I was more like we've made mini cracks at
Look,
my
them-
shorts
those-
being
just
at
a
my
heads up,
vagina.
though.
Those short pipe shorts with
Yeah.
the white shirts and like
Yeah.
socks up to the thighs.
Yeah, but
call me.
But the girl had to be 12 years old.
Oh, yeah, never mind.
So yeah.
Yeah, no. I mean, like, seriously, this whole thing about protecting your flower. And then it starts getting into,
It
like, the
would've been better if
nitty-gritty grossness.
No, hold on. Protecting your flower was like fucking like this most death metal thing. Like, she stands there with a fucking bloody ass, like, "Come at me, bitches! We're after your flower, bullshit!" And start swinging. That's sex ed.
Anyways, continue.
No.
Sorry, I'll get an act.
It starts getting into, like, the nitty-gritty grossness, like yours said, where, like, if you have sex, your dick gonna fall off. It starts getting into
Your
that.
clit's gonna fall.
Yeah, so that's our version.
All of it gonna fall off.
Like, talking about...
your clit? Well,
Talking about how birth control is horrible and all
Christian,
that jazz.
Christian sex ed doesn't even refer to the clitoris. Let's be
No.
fucking real.
So it doesn't exist.
Because
It's
most
a
of the
myth.
males are just like, well, it ain't my fault she didn't get off. Shit, I did. I'm great at sex. I get off every fucking time.
No, what makes my whole experience better,
Ooh,
though,
I don't like
is
that sign just now. That sign was like one of experience there for a minute.
Yes, surely I've told you. Dated a guy for almost 3 years.
We'll call him out.
Nothing.
Oh no, I know that feeling. No. Like lost my
Nothing.
virginity, and then I like dated another guy, had sex with him, and I was like, whoa,
This is what sex
hold on
is.
now,
Hold on.
what just happened? Because that
Right.
hasn't happened, and I've been with this dude for a year. Whoa.
Right. Yes. Yes.
No.
That pretty much sums it up. Yeah.
What made it worse though is like after this video is said and done, she brings in a woman who has AIDS to talk about to talk
And the
AIDS and
worst part
HIV
is
to talk about
if
it.
We're talking about the same video.
See, this was
Oh, it's on the video.
No,
I
no,
thought-
no,
I thought it was in
no,
class.
it's not.
The
No, it's
video.
not.
Oh,
And
okay.
then
Teacher
the
brought
video
in a
touches on it a little bit. 'cause
Oh,
it's
so the
same
lady
one.
brings someone in.
Yes, so
Oh,
this lady
shit.
brings in a fucking woman that has like AIDS and
but is it
HIV
legit?
positive.
But is it legit?
I'm not about to ask. So is your AIDS and HIV real? Like,
No,
did
that's
you
it.
get it from
But she walks in.
butt
Show me
What
your
do you-
fucking AIDS card.
we want to see the results. Show me that certificate.
No. You're like,
I need
so
to see
did
your AID.
no, so
No,
you're,
that one's gonna land flat. I'll see y'all later.
no, so you yell at her and like, so did you get it from butt fucking or needles?
I mean, whoa. Real talk, like I feel like that should have been the first question. You should have just made it legitimate. Stood there and said, "I will not take anything this bitch has to say for fucking anything until I know for sure that she legit has AIDS."
bleeding into like one girl's eyeball, and we'll test her in a couple months.
And then
If
we'll
it's
look
legit,
back.
we'll listen.
We'll look back on this and then go, maybe we should have listened.
Someone pull your cell phone out, record it, and we'll rewatch it once she tests positive.
Oh my god.
No, like, and you can tell the girls who clearly did not get any conversation prior to this because they are like, like terrified of this situation like happening.
Like, oh no, am I gonna get AIDS because she's in the room?
Right, like,
Hold your breath. Don't breathe the same air. You know?
right, like you can tell that none of them have been prepped for like the talk about vagina and vulva and like all of those words because those were like dirty words.
What do German cars have to do with sex?
Jesus, Ernie. That explains so much.
What's a Volvo? Hi, I'm back.
I did actually have to, speaking of like sex ed though, like I did actually have to explain to someone that there is a difference between your vagina and like your vulva and like your labia and like, because they were like, they posted something. We know this person, by the way. They posted something on the lines of, girls are not supposed to wash their vagina. How do you feel about this?
No shit.
Hold on. No, you can make that face.
Like, not the inside, I'm
exactly.
sure.
Because here's the thing.
The only part that's actually the
is
vagina.
actually called the vagina.
The rest of it's all something else.
Yeah, everything
okay.
else. Yeah. And like,
I don't know, like, my dick is everything. Like, when
I
you,
had to
like...
post-
No, it's actually not.
Well, here's what I'm saying.
No, you
There's
that's the
vast
mentality of a lot
difference.
of people
There
I
are,
know.
Hold
My
on.
dick is everything.
Well, no, what I'm saying, like, to be fair, like, yes, we all know there's different parts. A car has different parts, but you don't
Right.
say, like,
it's
a car.
Right.
No, I
Generally,
get
when
it.
people say vagina, they're just talking about the
whole-
entire
the
general
whole
pubic
workings.
region.
But
Yeah.
if you're
But-
gonna have an opinion on if you should wash it or not, and you don't know that there is a different part, don't. I
Right.
posted
You
an
shouldn't-
anatomy picture
You
up
shouldn't
for
have
him.
an opinion on something that
you-
you only have partial knowledge about.
Right, exactly.
I'm not about to sit here and have an opinion on, like, you know, a lot of what women's bodies are about, because I don't personally have a woman's body. So I'm the last person to sit here and say,
That's
Right.
good to know, Ernie.
And he
Right.
hasn't experienced
You're
it
not,
enough to count.
storing one in
I
your
mean-
closet. I mean,
you know,
I mean, but
after
yeah.
the surgery, I no longer have a woman's body to talk about.
I'm so glad that you're recovering so well from that.
Yeah,
Right.
well, you know, well, the funny
Going
thing
well.
is, it's largely because there was more clip than there was dick. So I just basically added to it.
See, my mom was concerned because, like, she discharged you from the hospital, and she said that there was a lot of discharge coming from your dick, and she was really concerned about how that
Well-
was still happening.
What can I say? The doctor was super hot.
Anyways, I walked out on your story.
Oh yeah, no.
If you want to wrap it up.
Oh yeah, no. They brought in.
I didn't know if you finished. I'm sorry.
Oh no,
Yeah.
you're good.
We
No,
got
they-
sidetracked.
They brought in the lady with the AIDS and HIV, and like we had a running joke that you can listen to when you go through this.
Okay, cool.
But no, you could tell the girls that were horrified that they had never, like, no one prepared them for any of this conversation. Like, there were like clearly like 16 girls in this room of like 30 that had like the like ankle skirts that were just like horrified at the fact
It was
that
a
like
personal choice. Their mom stopped making them 10 years ago, but they're still wearing them, kind of thing.
Yeah, basically.
The kind of girls are just like, I've never seen a vagina other than my own. This is what they're supposed
No,
to
no,
look
no,
like.
no. They're probably the girls that are like, am I supposed to look at this?
Like, I don't wash my vagina because I don't want to hurt God's feelings by
Right.
touching it.
Right.
I'm afraid if I start, I won't stop, and then God will be very disappointed.
Right. But yeah, you could clearly see these girls just like their world being broken by the fact that, oh no, there's a girl with AIDS and HIV in the room, and now I know that
Well,
I
I
have
know what
different
chair
parts
I'm
of
not
my
sitting in
vagina.
anymore.
Yeah, basically. They're probably still the same girls that are like, you can get herpes off at a toilet seat. No, you can't. No.
You get the butt aids from a toilet seat.
No, you get the butt aids from a urinal. Get it right. Can't use urinals to get
please
the butt
don't
aids.
put your butt on a urinal. Jesus.
No, it's an old joke. The only place to get butt aids is from the urinal. Because it splashes back.
Yeah.
It's
Which
why
I'm sure that the other half of this table is totally dealt with.
Yeah, here's
urinals
what I'm
and
saying.
No,
Like,
no,
there's a-
actually though,
There's a very specific
still
reason I don't
splashback.
use urinals. Because you wear shorts to urinal once and you'll never do it again. Because you pee in the urinal and it just splashes all back on you. That's why shoes are disgusting. First off, the bottom's gross, but the top of your shoe, men, are gross too because all the splashback from urinals. It's fucking disgusting.
So if you ever see Bowman in public, be sure to rub your shoe top on his exposed skin.
like just take it off
Yeah.
and
To
just
Watch
rub
him-
it right
like,
on
you
his
know,
face.
You know that scene in SpongeBob where he tastes Gary's food and so
Yeah.
then he just shrivels up. That's what it turns into.
No, he'll come out the bathroom going, "Don't touch me, I'm sterile." That'd be a reference by
There's a guy who works at Rooster Teeth. His name is Gus. People want him to sign their shoes, and he fucking refuses. And I totally understand. Like, don't ever put your fucking shoe near
No,
me.
but the worst part is I feel so bad
Gross.
because, like, I was definitely that kid that went to shows and was like, sign my shoe. I didn't wear socks. I still don't wear socks, by the way. Like, so if you ever see my shoe, don't get curious about it because, good God, I don't wear socks.
Mm-hmm.
And I've had some shoes since 5th grade, and they are
Jesus
so
Christ.
fucking raunchy.
They fucking have personalities in this.
Right. Like, they've signed themselves
They
up
walk
for
into the
daycare.
room.
Say anything.
So,
Yo, real talk.
no, and like,
Real talk.
No, my shoes are fucking rancid too. It's
But
okay.
here's the thing: is I would take these fuckers off and be like, "Please sign my shoe. I want to." Yeah, and they would still do it, and I'm like,
They're so sweet.
I'm so sorry. Under oath, like, you're primarily the person who did that, and I am so sorry you dealt with my raunchy ass. Could actually, I have run a car off the fucking
no
road.
Offense, but like, no offense. What about this is offensive? But like, they've been on stage. They're probably just as
Right.
raunchy, so they're probably not worried about it.
Look,
To
no,
be
I did
fair,
run a car off the road,
they probably
though. With,
slept with women after shows raunchier than your shoes.
no, look, one time when I was with a certain band that I won't name, helping them sell merch, I had worked the day before. I had bought these, like, cloth shoes. They weren't Toms, but they were, like, might as well be Toms. And I wore them to work, and then I wore them to show. And
Do Tom still exist?
yes,
Yep.
they do.
Yep.
Yes, they do. I wore them to show. I had a merch table outside in the middle of July. So I have worked. I am sweaty in July.
What band
and
is this?
She's not going
I
to
can't
name them.
I can't say because I only know one name for them and it's not nice.
I know the band.
You do. Yeah, you do.
Okay. No.
Yeah.
We're over time, so I'm about to close out anyway. Continue.
But no, I take my shoes off immediately when I get into cars, and like we're like riding down the road, and all of a sudden all the dudes, I mean like sweaty dudes who've been playing on stage, just go, what is that? I'm like, I just took my shoes off, and like they're swerving, and they're like, no, roll down the fucking windows, Rachel, if you don't put those goddamn shoes. And I'm like, I don't want to. They're sweaty, and they're like, we will leave you here in Myrtle Beach right now if you don't put those fuckers on.
Well, you know when the smell of sweaty stoner is the least of the terrible smells in a vehicle, you're doing something wrong. You need to see a doctor.
Yeah, no,
Well, that's good. Well, now that you all know that your dicks and clits will fall off if you have premarital sex, that's a good place
if
to
you ring
close.
the devil's
Real talk?
doorbell.
You ring the
My-
devil's doorbell. I've
Thankfully,
never
my dick
once-
hasn't fallen off yet, but I feel like
I haven't given mine enough opportunity.
Yeah, for me, it's a matter of I feel like if it's going to fall off, it's not due to premarital sex as much as it's about me beating it like it owes me money.
Yeah, I was about to say, don't get me wrong, God cries every night, but it ain't falling off. Well, anyways, now that you know way too much about me, socks included. Thank you for listening. If I figured it was them, you messaged it to me. Yeah, I figured it was them.
Yeah.
It wasn't stoner sweat.
Yeah, no, definitely not stoner sweat.
It was Jesus sweat.
Yeah.
That guitarist, come on.
Which one?
No, the other one. Yeah.
No.
No?
Surprisingly, no.
Bullshit.
I'll get into that later, and I might bring up a story about that guy later. We'll see.
Oh boy.
Well, trust me, there's one great story about
Anyways, thanks for
Yeah.
listening, regardless of how you done it, audio or
Regardless of how you done it.
or on
Speaking of
or
someone's
YouTube.
house.
Yeah, or you're just listening over someone's shoulder that shouldn't be. But yes,
Hiding in the corner over there.
if you enjoyed this, please share it with your friends. So get this out there a little bit. And if you can, if depending on what platform we're on, iTunes. We've been on there for a little while. I don't know if anybody knows
really?
that.
I did
but yeah,
not.
we're on iTunes. If you're an iTunes person, leave us a review. That helps a lot. Same thing with if you listen to it through our audio only link on Libsyn. If you can leave us a little comment there too, that'd be fucking sweet. Also, leave us comments on YouTube so we can, answer them or refer to them or whatever.
Or
Dan
ignore 'em completely.
Habicki has been absent, and I need him back.
I actually need y'all to tell us your terrible sex ed stories.
Oh yeah, let us know
Fill
your
us
sex
in.
ed stories down in the
Tell
comments.
us about the time that they put the condom on the banana.
Ooh,
Everyone talks about
we didn't
that.
even get that.
Has that even happened to anybody?
Look, according to my
I
school,
did it
condoms
once because I
didn't
wanted to.
You
exist.
did it, but I mean, like, did the school do it?
No.
Condoms didn't exist.
Yeah,
Someone please,
so tell us
like-
all about the
sorry.
shit that we as Christian kids missed out on.
Yeah, fill us in.
What's this
Or
weed business?
if you had some sweet ass Nazi tried to give you his card.
Yeah.
Or all that fun stuff. We had some topics I wanted to cover tonight. Like,
Yeah,
just
we
saying.
did.
Just saying.
We brought up murder grandma and
Yeah.
we'll tie that
We'll
string
save
and we'll
Murder
come
Grandma
back
for
to it
next
next
week.
week.
Yeah.
I was also gonna
Murder Grandma's gonna be the running gag, isn't it? We're gonna bring it up and end every show with. Next time we'll talk about Murder
next
Grandma.
time we'll talk about Murder Grandma. Sorry, Murder Grandma.
it
We were
sounds
just out
like a
of
great
time.
sitcom. Like,
Well, anyways,
Murder Grandma.
like I said, share with your friends. Leave some comments down below. If you liked it, like it. Share it with your friends.
if you
all
like
that.
to put a ring on it.
If you like it, put a ring on it. As a matter of fact, click on that little bell. Put a
That's
ring
what
on
I
it.
was
There you
going
go.
for. Yeah.
Aw,
you-
that's
Way to
so
go,
gay.
way to go.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's so gay. Anyways, on that note, roll that outro music. So, you know the band I'm talking about. That's awesome. So which one is this and which one is this? Like,
long hair. So long hair.
I wasn't asking for names. We're still rolling.
I was like, I'm trying to do this fake outro, like work for instance.